Let me know when you're starting, man.
We started, bruh.
Oh,
Hello and welcome to Lucky and Wild, a podcast about... Do you want to knock the table during the intro again?
sorry, I was a bit shocked by that sudden start there.
About a podcast about video games, old and new, discussed, dissected, and occasionally understood. I'm Harrison Hunt, and with me is the giggling homunculus.
That's me, Sean Hunt.
Today we got a packed show, innit? We got Send Me Your News, we got What's Your Game, where we're going to discuss what we've been playing, getting lucky, going wild, and then we're going to do your reader mail.
Bursting with content.
It's absolutely, it's like, chat, am I cooked? Because I'm finna bust right now. You know what I mean?
It's like Super Monkey Ball Banana Mania.
Stop mentioning Super Monkey Ball every episode, man. So the Patreon, just before we get into the show, we'll talk about that. Still at £1.50, Sean.
Yes.
Still at £1.50.
So it's got room to climb, you'd say.
Yeah, exactly. We got that's a good way of looking at it. We've got a lot of room for improvement. Just so you know, look, the podcast fees are currently £14.50. Now we're not in this to make money, but Sean is losing money on this at the moment. He's graciously accepted to pay. I went to send him the Patreon money that we've accrued thus far, and unfortunately Patreon would take £1 off, so you would have got £2. So he hasn't even got that money yet, because if we did transfer it, he'd lose a third of it.
Yeah, not yet, but you know,
We'll get there.
We can hope.
I'm letting you guys know that this podcast is only going to last as long as we can afford to do it. And Sean is not very rich, so for the love of God, get on the Patreon if you like it and pay. If you do, you have the satisfaction of knowing you funded the worst show about gaming ever made.
And you know, there's loads of tiers, isn't there?
Tears of the Kingdom. We should have put that on the thing. Anyway, let's do the show. Right, news. Show us your news. Xbox's new handheld Xbox ROG Ally pre-orders are live. Prices are fucking silly. Have you seen this?
Yeah, I have, yeah.
So instead of making their own console anymore, which is probably for the best, Xbox have decided to partner up with the Republic of Gamers, which is the cringiest thing ever. But I've got a ROG component in my PC, as have you.
Yeah,
you're a fan? You're a fan of...
Yeah, definitely.
Good component.
Love those graphics cards.
Well, it's not a graphics card though, is it? It's a motherboard.
Yeah. Well,
well, that's what I meant. But anyway, yes, the ROG Ally is a handheld PC gaming device that looks fucking awesome.
I'm sure.
But the Xbox One is a beefed up one, and they're selling. The main one is £800 for a handheld.
That's silly money. Is it a hybrid though?
Well, I mean, in the same way that the Steam Deck is, you could plug it into a telly if you were so inclined, but I mean, 800 fucking quid.
Well, I mean, even when I bought the Steam Deck, it was a bit expensive. I mean, I'm not sure.
You could get a PS5 and a PS Portal for that amount of money.
Or just buy a Steam Deck, but
exactly. The Steam Deck is £200 cheaper.
I reckon Steam Deck 2 will be announced in a couple of years, and it will still be cheaper than this.
Almost certainly. I mean, that really is the entirety of the story. But the Steam Deck is currently £550, and this one is like Xbox. You could play your Xbox games on there, so you could log into Xbox if anyone still does that.
Yeah, but you're streaming those games. I mean,
no, you install them.
Okay.
But does anyone log in to ROG to Xbox? I mean.
I guess a couple of guys do. There was,
Well, shout out to you two if you're listening. Tokyo Game Show just happened, and Xbox actually... I just wanted to touch on this really, not because it was amazing, but because it was laughably shit. Did you watch any of these that I put in the show notes here? Obviously you have.
Go on, let's
No, but did you, yes or no? That's the answer. Yes or no.
Let's hear the first.
Yes or no, that's...
I'm sure I have, just...
All right, okay, well, we'll see, won't we? We'll go through it and let's see if you've done your job of being a podcaster talking about the current events in gaming, yeah?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, all right, this will be fun. So Tokyo Game Show's Xbox show happened and it was embarrassing. Double Dragon Revive, you seen that one?
Yeah, I think,
if you say this looks good...
No, I think it's improved a lot since...
You are joking.
Since we last saw it. Remember what we first saw? It's improved a lot. They've done a couple more sort of character introductions and stuff.
Do you remember Gekido for the PS1?
I mean, it is a bit. I mean,
Yeah, this had mad Gekido vibes, man, and that's one of the worst beat 'em ups ever made. This looked like the sloppiest,
yeah. I mean,
muck I've ever seen of a beat 'em up. Terrible game.
yeah. I mean, but it was far less terrible than when we last saw it. You know,
it's not far less; it's mildly less terrible. Like they've updated the UI, but it still looks like sub Gekido.
Yeah, I mean, it still looks like a mobile game if I'm honest, but you know, it's Double Dragon. They can probably
put out that Double Dragon, right? Let me just say this:
great series.
Never been good.
What are you talking about?
Never been good. Maybe that's another debate we could have another day. Dragon Quest 1 and 2 HD remake.
Yeah,
I mean that was already announced at the PlayStation one, wasn't it? Because this isn't an Xbox exclusive.
They had like a clip of like the dungeon running sort of thing.
Looks good. Looks good. I mean, I've wanted to play the original 3 for a while, and they recently re-released 3, despite being last chronologically. So this is it's a cool thing to have. I mean, luckily, not all of these games are like. We can sort of breeze through them. It's not going to be a long-ass thing on Tokyo Game Show here, but Romancing Saga 2 Remake. Let's go. So, Romancing Saga is not a game about romance, listeners. Okay? It's a JRPG.
Very obscure one as well.
It kind of, yeah. I mean, most people are familiar with the Saga series because of Saga Frontier, the romance, which was on the PS1. They are really good, very, very unique JRPGs that are very, very open and weird, right? I mean, there was always... You kind of pick from a cast of like 8 characters and then you do their story, but within that you can roam around, recruit new members, and so every time you play it, it can go completely differently. I mean, not to the point where other characters will react to the dialogue, but let's say, for example, there's one on Saga Frontier, for example, where you're playing an eco-terrorist, right? And I just went off at some point and found a sub-quest in a dungeon where you befriend a 1,000-year-old skeleton lord that didn't really fit with the story, but he came along on the old eco-terrorist missions. And Romancing Saga 2 is considered to be one of the best ones in the series, but... the mechanics of the game on the SNES version aren't really very well told to you. I mean, one of the things is that you level up your characters by just using moves, right? And depending on which moves you use, they will kind of skill tree in different directions. You don't choose it, but you sort of do by... Like, if you want a martial arts-based character, which is broken in the Saga games, by the way, then just use unarmed. And if you do that to begin with, most people are going to go, well, that's completely ineffective, I'm going to do something else. But if you stick with it, they become the most powerful characters in the game. You wouldn't really know this stuff unless you sort of trial and error through each character and do their little story. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, or you know, have the Nintendo Power it was in.
There you go. I mean, but the thing is that this is a remake of one of the best ones, and hopefully should have maybe a tutorial in it.
Yeah,
so maybe a bit of a heavy rewrite because the translations are quite bad, but they are very, very good games. So I'm excited about this one.
Yeah, it's a like really worthy remake to like. Yeah.
Do you know what? Some of these things I've written on here, man, I cannot even remember what they are. Star Sand Island. Do you know what that one is? I haven't a clue. Project Evil Bane. Now this looked really, really fucking good. It's a 4-player Souls-like.
Oh yeah, it looks banging. It is well good, man.
Unfortunately, from a Chinese developer. I'm not racist, but Chinese developers in general are doing bad things.
Cut a few corners. But I mean, I was pretty hyped for this though.
It looks great, man. I mean, the thing is that Souls games are already multiplayer, but what I mean is sort of like, I think this is sort of, you can jump co-op into your mate's game and co-op it, which would be a hell of a lot of fun. Yeah. And it looked beautiful and really nice, had a really good trailer. I mean, if it just delivers on being a Souls game where you and I could play it together, that'd be fine. Yeah, that'd be perfect.
Yeah.
And Monster Hunter Outlanders. Speaking of the Chinese, this was the last one to come out. Now, so this is a Monster Hunter mobile game, and not like that shitty Tencent Monster Hunter, whatever it was called.
Pokemon Go thing.
Yeah, Monster Hunter Go or whatever it's called. This is a traditional Monster Hunter game, and I've got to be honest, from the trailer, it didn't look like it had the new style of gameplay. It looked like the old clunky style of gameplay, and I was like, yes. Yeah. But you know what immediately caught my eye was the Chinese-looking main character that you're playing as, who wasn't really wearing armour made from monsters as is traditional in Monster Hunter, right? She was wearing cool traditional Chinese clothes. And I'm like, that's cool. But you know what that tells me? This is going to be a gacha game where you unlock different characters, like that new Destiny one that's just came out.
Yeah, you're right. You're right, yeah.
Because what it is because they very much showed her off. They didn't show customization. They showed off this really intricately designed character that you could buy for a $5. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they did.
They didn't say it, but I got the massive suspicion from watching that trailer.
Yeah.
It looks dodgy as fuck, and especially if it's coming out of a Chinese studio, right? It's 100% going to be a gacha game.
Yeah, farmed gacha. Oh.
Now, my prediction is that it's going to be characters that you unlock who have move sets and weapon sets, right? Yeah. I mean, if it's not that, it's going to be unlocking weapons via gachas, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it is that, though, isn't it?
But it fucking is, yeah.
Like, even down to the weapons, I think.
Also, what the fuck has that got to do with Xbox? A phone game? The Xbox releasing a phone that I'm not aware of?
Well, they like Xbox. Like they like to say that they're everywhere, innit? You know, you can Xbox on your phone even, or
your toaster is an Xbox, man.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I mean, it was an embarrassing show. I don't even know why they did it. They should have just left the trailers. Just let them let them live. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, it was trash. And there was that, I can't remember which one on this list because all of the games were so meh that I can't remember what any of them are. But there was that new Suda 51 game. And the trailer was cut in a way where they made the game look boring on purpose. And then the game looked really boring.
And then they kept coming, like, it kept saying Suda 51 all the time.
Yeah, it would say Suda 51, epic music, then cut to the game. And it was Suda playing the game, but with no music, and it looked like the most...
It was a bit irritating.
Like stock Unity asset, side-scrolling slasher game I've ever seen in my life. And the title of the game is either Hotel Barcelona, Star Sand Island. Oh, it's either one of those two, because those are the ones I can't remember which one it is. One of the games out of that list looked good. I just can't remember it. But yeah, there we go. Yeah, embarrassing, man. Xbox is dying on its fucking arse. And this £800 console that nobody can afford is going to save it.
Oh man, this is so risky for them, man. Like, do you reckon it's going to tank?
It's going to tank, man. It'll be the last console they ever release, and then it'll become a collector's item. Yeah. I tell you that for free. Sorry, Xbox, man. Think about it though. Like 360 is one of my favourite generations of all time, and how far they've fallen.
Yeah.
But Xbox, the original Xbox was mid, right? Had some cracking games on it, but it was pretty mid.
Yeah.
Then Xbox 360, amazing.
Yeah.
The Xbone was shit.
Yeah.
The series consoles have done terribly.
Yeah, because
despite actually being kind of good.
Yeah, they are good, but it's like then. I don't know why you'd buy them rather than anything else.
I mean, yeah, it's the same goes for the Xbone. I mean, do you remember there was a long time where we hung on to ours simply because it was the only place you could play Rare Replay?
yeah.
But other than that, there was nothing on it, man. Dead Rising 3 was pretty good, but
yeah, that was sick. But then that came to PC anyway.
Yeah, man. Yeah, terrible. Anyway, that was shit. Next news story: Fortnite becomes racist by accident.
Oh God!
So Fortnite's new what have you done, Fortnite? So Fortnite's new mode, Delulu, has just launched. You know what that means?
Delusional.
Yeah, that's right. Well done. You know your Gen Z slang here. So in this game mode, you start out solo and then form teams with other people. So the twist is, right, that you play the normal mode, but you have proximity chat on and you can hear everyone. So the idea is that you go up to other players and go, listen, mate, do you want to make a deal? I'll give you this bazooka. Let's team up for the rest of the game.
That's quite interesting.
It sounds good.
Yeah.
I like the idea. I mean, that was one of the funnier parts about DayZ and shit. Stop rustling that paper.
Sorry.
What is that? Don't eat. He's about to eat a fruit bar.
Sorry, just keep me going. But yeah.
Have it in a minute, right? Anyway, yes. I mean, but in practice, what people have been doing, because the game has 11 million players, unlike the dedicated fan base of, say, DayZ, right? It's just people being racist and homophobic and that.
Oh,
I don't know what the fuck they expected.
Yeah, I don't know either, man.
They're like, oh, kids play this game. Let's do unfettered voice chat.
Yeah, and kids are going to say that stuff.
Yeah. Kids are going to say that stuff. Racists are going to say that stuff to kids.
Yeah.
And just let them have a laugh. No, but yes, it has led to apparently what Epic called thousands of bans.
Thousands? Oh.
Yeah. I'm surprised it's so low, honestly. I thought it would have been like 1 million.
Yeah, I mean,
Go on to any Dota match.
It seems, yeah. I mean, it seems like a poor choice, really, especially when you just got kids playing it.
Fun idea.
But then also you're banning your sort of like best customers, really, like all the races.
The racists, man, they love Fortnite. But the thing is that it's just such a woefully dumb thing to do. I don't know what they expected. To me, I don't know. I just think that always happens in online games, and I'm to the point where I'm desensitized and used to it, right?
Yeah.
But the thing is that this game has 11 million players. It's like, did you not expect that to happen?
Also,
why even release it?
Parents associate Fortnite with like gaming and children, so like they're always watching. So it doesn't really matter in a lot of games. I mean, you shouldn't really do it, but I think Fortnite, like even though the kid's probably being racist, like parents like my sweet child is,
my sweet child just called someone the N-word. I nearly said it.
Well, he's been exposed to racism. Like,
yeah, but here's the thing. I guess Fortnite sort of is a bit self-policing in a certain sense, because kids are just playing with their friends and that's it, right?
Yeah.
But letting it open to that without sort of, I mean, and then let's be honest, there's a load of dumb parents out there that aren't going to know that their kids are playing the Delulu mode because they don't keep up with what's going on in Fortnite.
No.
Suddenly they're getting called the N-word left, right and centre.
I'm finding Fortnite hard to keep up with Fortnite, you know? Suddenly it's right, like, you know.
Suddenly it's racist. Hey, you're racist now, Fortnite. Mario Galaxy prices lead to backlash.
Oh, God, yeah.
Yeah, this is weird, isn't it? Because, okay, so Mario Galaxy 1 and 2 are getting re-released on the Switch too,
But
right?
this is really stupid because they had the 3D ones and then purposefully left out Galaxy 2 originally. So what they, like, could have done is put...
Face your mic, Sean.
Like, what they could have done is put Galaxy 2 on there, and then update it for all the people that have like upgraded their Switches to Switch 2. Or like...
Yeah, but they already did like some Switch 2 upgrades for games. Why not do it for that collection? Yeah. I know that collection was only weirdly sold for about a week and all of this, but I fucking bought it.
Yeah,
now if I want to play Mario Galaxy on the Switch 2, I have to buy it again.
Yeah, you do.
For £35.
Yeah,
as much as those 3 games cost me on that other one.
I mean, I think originally I probably bought Galaxy on the Wii for that price.
Right, and there is this expectation that older games should be a little bit cheaper, and I tend to agree. I mean, that's what we've become used to. It's not as if there was a massive dev cycle to get this version of Galaxy 1 and 2 out, right? It's different. Yeah, they've remastered it, so maybe it should be cheaper than making a full game. And I know that full games nowadays are £80, right? So they're probably like, well, 35, that's a bargain. But that's how much new games should cost.
Yeah,
not
exactly.
Old games. It's mad.
But also, probably the best thing about this is the fact that you don't have to play on Wii controller, because you were forced to play on a Wiimote and nunchuck on the Wii version, innit? So
you were. And they sort of remedied that on the Switch 1 version that they already released. That that you should be able to... You can't even buy it on the Nintendo eShop. There's a mental thing that they've done. Yeah, mental. But lots of people are very annoyed.
You can't play Sunshine anymore, like unless you got a GameCube or something. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, first
Not
of all, you've gone into mouse mode. Just speaking very quietly. B, yes, you can't play Sunshine, but I should have the option. I had it on that card. Why not just upgrade that one? Why not re-release that? I don't know. It just seems like bloody stupid, right, to charge that much for these games. But the trouble is, right, I say it leads to backlash. That's just people being annoyed. What are those annoyed people going to do? They're going to fucking buy it.
Yeah, the people that have already own a Switch too?
Yeah, they're just like, I'm fucking pissed off about this, and Nintendo like, you going to buy it? They're like, well, yeah, but I'm annoyed about it.
Yeah, I mean...
Well, yeah, they're really going to listen now, aren't they? I don't know. Shame. But there we go. You put on the news here that Doug Bowser is resigning from Nintendo.
Yeah, so after like a couple of years of doing nothing,
Lil Bow Wow.
He's now resigning from Nintendo.
Well, you say a couple of years of doing nothing. You don't know what he's been up to. Just because he's not been out in public like Reggie was all the time with his DS in his pocket.
We need him back, man. We need him back.
I miss Reggie, man. I miss him. But he's gone over to the pizza industry now. He's a better man.
He's doing better things.
He's doing good stuff over there. Now he's not pulling out a DS from his pocket. He's pulling out a slice of Papa John's. Yeah, so what have you got to say about this then? Because this, again, is similar to last episode where you talked about that Street Fighter one. This is not a story, is it really?
No, not really. I mean, it's the
No,
CEO.
oh, right.
I mean, it's the CEO of Nintendo of America. I thought it was important news, really.
Okay.
But
so what have you got that's interesting to say about that?
I haven't really. Just
Right, okay. Well, next...
Apart from the fact that like he didn't really do anything.
Surely he definitely did do things. He was working at the company.
And now he's filthy rich.
You do understand that even for Reggie, right? His job was mostly in the office, right? You do understand that, don't you? Yeah. And I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, no, it wasn't. He was out on the road, man, spreading the good word for Nintendo. But that's not what he was doing.
Yeah, no, but he came. He didn't have to go on the stage, but he did it for the fans.
Yeah. Fucking hell, man. He wasn't. What was the old CEO of Nintendo?
What do you mean, Miyamoto? So?
No, the other bloke.
This
joke's not going to land anymore.
Sayaka?
No.
Iwata-san.
Yes, Satoru Iwata. He's not him. See?
No.
Was that funny?
He's not. Yeah, I mean, it was, yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Saudi Public Investment Fund buys 2 big things. So, Saudis. They're doing big things out there in the sea. They're back.
Mohammed bin Salman.
Salim Shadi. Mohammed bin Salman, he's been out there. Salman and
he's back. Friend of the show.
Show, Mohammed bin Salman. Don't layer him off. You remember when he had that journalist not killed?
No,
not killed.
No, he combusted himself, really, like this.
He did. That was weird. Weird. But I believe Mohammed bin Salman when he says that he exploded out of nowhere.
Yeah, same.
And he doesn't even know how the rocket launcher got into his office, but sometimes people leave them lying around.
Yeah,
and if journalists are silly with rocket launchers...
that tends to happen a lot.
But, look... This is bad, and again, not being not being racist or anything, but Asian people, no. But the Saudi side they're buying up things like mad cunts, and this is a problem, and we'll get on to why. But one of the things they bought was EA, which is mental.
Yeah, I mean, they only had 36 billion. The rest was covered by. Alone, but
yeah, what the fuck was that all about? So they buy EA, right?
Yeah,
and then the whoever it was, the government or something, is like, you don't have enough money to buy this company, and it's like, well, don't worry about it, because when we own EA, we'll get EA to get a loan.
Yeah.
What fucking sense does that make if you don't have to? I don't understand how any of it works, but that seems mental. If I went to a car dealership right now and said, I want to buy a car. And then, the analogy doesn't work because a car cannot borrow money. But my point is, that is really weird. And they've also bought Evo recently.
Yeah, that's another sad one as well.
Right, so here's... the problem with a lot of this, right, is that there are people from all walks of life playing games, right? And some of which, gay people, for example, are literally imprisoned and enslaved in Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, Sonic Fox isn't going to be able to go to Saudi Arabia.
That's my point. If Sonic Fox, the second he sets foot in Saudi Arabia, look, for those that don't know, Sonic Fox is a pro fighting game player who happens to be a gay furry, right? My point is that if Saudi Arabian policeman will take one look at him and be like, it's hunting time, so I'm going to kill me a fox, right?
Yeah. It was a good pun.
Thank you. Thing is that
and then also they sort of we sort of found out they undercut the little guy,
Yeah, I mean this is it, isn't it? Now they've sort of got their hands into local tournaments, which is insane. And now the biggest one, and now there are people that are gay people and stuff like this that are fighting game players, naturally, who have to weigh up in their minds: do I want to work for the proven murderers and homophobic billionaires, or do I want to quit my job and go back to working in McDonald's or whatever? You know what I mean?
Well, there was no sort of doubt in Ronaldo's mind. He went to Saudi Arabia
straight away, mate. He didn't even fucking hesitate. Same with Beyonce, self-made woman.
Yeah.
Self-made woman who did a party for billions for the Saudis. Yeah, self-made. Fuck off.
Did you also?
I'm not that angry about Beyonce. Sorry. Go on.
I mean,
Yeah, but seriously, fuck her. She's a dick.
Yeah, exactly. But did you hear about the Riyadh Comedy Festival as well?
Oh, yes, and Bill Burr turned it down. Is that right?
No, he's going.
He's got... he's such a fucking hypocrite, if that is the case. Which
Jimmy Carr as well. It's a bit gutting.
Would you, though? If they said to you, Sean, we're doing Evo next year, we've seen you on 2XKO and we think you're a cracking player, we're going to give you 25... We're going to give... Well, probably that'll be the prize. But they say, we're going to give you 2 million... You get to come and play. You get a Rolex and a new card. A second, you just turn up. Gold arcade stick. Don't mind if I do.
If I was Bill Burr or Jimmy Carr, probably not.
Like, yeah, because they've already got enough money.
They've got enough money for generations.
You're a penniless hobo.
If I'm a penniless hobo, I would just take the money just to go to a fight or whatever. But
yeah,
maybe I wouldn't go to Saudi Arabia though.
That's where it's going to be though. It's going to be in their esports stadium.
Yeah.
And the thing is it's a tough one, isn't it? Because the money that I could make just playing the tournament could really make a big difference to my family.
Yeah.
But the money that these people own is going towards such terrible things. I mean, look, we've dealt with EA was voted worst company of the year for so many years, right? But they've never actually killed someone.
Yeah, no, they haven't.
No, like maybe indirectly, maybe.
There's rumours that maybe they might have caused someone's death, like one person.
Yeah, but honestly, like a lot of times indirectly, bad working practice. But like the Saudi billionaires that are buying the stuff up, they kill people.
Yeah,
it's mad. Now, the level to which like shitty companies have become shitty companies now is gone to a new low.
Imagine how Evo is going to be next year as well.
Yeah, I mean, Jesus, and can you imagine like what I think now they own EA, how bigged up the Saudi leagues are going to be in the new FIFAs.
It's already sort of shoved down our throats and stuff, really, isn't it?
Yeah, but saying that does make you sound a tiny bit racist. Well, you mean how now every fighting game has to have a Saudi Arabian character in it?
Oh no, I meant sort of all this sort of this public investment fund stuff.
I guess.
You know what I mean?
I don't know. Yeah, terrible news. Look, the thing is, it's the situation is this. I think we can both agree that Nintendo, EA, all the big companies that were running everything, you know what I mean, now having massive ownership by Saudi Arabian companies and things like this. It was a situation where it's sort of like better the devil we know, isn't it? Right?
Yeah.
Okay,
100%.
we understand that there are corners of the gaming industry that have been shit for years and years and years and years, but these are things we know about that people are actively trying to work against, right? You look at the situation that's been going on in Ubisoft and in Gearbox and stuff like this. It's now public information that we know about that people can fight against. Now we're going on to a brand new devil whose like power is so much higher, and the things they're doing are so much worse. It's insane.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, exactly.
Bloody shame, that one. Anyway, yes. So Sean, you've put in here it was the largest leveraged buyout in history. The company will be now private, and its stock will no longer be traded on the Stick Exchange. That's what you've put there.
Yeah,
Is that a Saudi thing?
Yeah, it is.
It's all sticks.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. And the firm buying EA will contribute approximately 36 billion, with the remaining amount being financed by Jesus Christ. Well, that's probably the worst news story yet. I mean, I hate the direction everything is going in.
It's incredibly massive and sad amount of money.
Well, look, Nintendo is half owned by Saudi Arabians now, as well.
Is it?
It's been that way for a while, man.
It was only 8%.
No, half now, mate. Half. They've halved it.
Oh.
It'll soon be full. It'll be Satoru Shadi.
We got. I mean.
Oh, come on. Actually, no, I shouldn't have said that. That does sound a bit racist. Look, I have nothing against Saudi Arabian people. What I do have something against is Saudi Arabian billionaire-led companies. That's what I don't like.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay? Broadly speaking, there are people in the country that are obviously accepting normal people, right? But that is not the case for the people making these moves, and we know that, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Mohammed bin Salman, well, he did make Fatal Fury, though.
Right,
is it all right to let him kill a few people, considering he made my favourite fighting game?
He did greenlight it, but he didn't make it.
He made it, man. He made it. He's sitting there coding day and night.
Yeah, if he brings out Art Fighting 4, then
you can kill one more person, but no more. All right, that's it. We're putting a cap on it. You can have one more, and then if you bring out Art of Fighting 4, we're cool.
Yeah.
Yeah?
I mean, yeah, because they've already got that Art of Fight, like, for millions of pounds, the Art of Fighting 3 tournament, so, you know, they've got to bring out number 4.
They are gonna.
Yeah, can't wait for that.
Cheers, Mohammed. Legend alert. Let's go on to What's Your Game?
Here, mate, what's your game? What's your game?
What's your game, mate?
Shut up! What's your game? Shut up! What's your game? Here, mate, what's your game? What's your game? Pussy old dickhead.
Right, so I've put on the list here, the fans at home will not see this, but on the list we've got, like, I've listed our games, so it's ones we both played, the ones only I've played, the ones only you have played.
Okay, yeah.
So where we've got both here, you can clearly see that I've put 2X KO. Why have you put it in your list as well?
Because I played it as well, innit?
You're a fucking idiot. We've been playing 2X KO. So for those that don't know, this is the League of Legends fighting game, right? And the rumours surrounding this one, because it's been in development for a fucking silly amount of time, right?
Yeah.
And there's still only 8 characters and 5 stages, right? But there was the whole opinion that either they're fart arsing around and it's going to be an absolute mess, or what I believed, and I'm mainly saying this because I'm right, was that they have been honing the game and balancing it and making sure it works, right?
Yeah, they have. I mean, there's still a few problems, but that's to be
There
expected.
absolutely is. But for a first fighting game ever made by a company, you have to admit that it is a really, really good effort.
I think it's, I think give it like a few months, and I mean, I like it in the same way that I like Skullgirls, really. It's got like the sick tag system and, you know, that sort of like juggling.
But the fact that you can compare it to that, or say Guilty Gear, right?
Exactly.
And it is a fighting game that is as good as those, when usually most companies' first fighting games are pretty shit, right?
Yeah, like quite tragic.
Yeah, so, I mean, it's really good. For those that don't know, it is, would you call it an anime fighter?
Yeah,
it is really,
I would,
isn't it?
yeah.
It's a tag anime fighter, and anime fighters are like fighting games, except they tend to have more systems in play that aren't based around the characters, right? These systems, like, Guilty Gear, for example, has Roman cancels, blue, red, and white cancels, and like all sorts of stupid nonsense. This is kind of present here, but usually those games compensate for that by having characters that are relatively simple to play, right? Is that fair to say? Sort of.
Yeah.
Most of the time.
No, I mean, I don't know, man, because, I think it's easy to get into.
It depends. Guilty Gear Strive, for example, is a game with relatively simple characters but a lot of systems.
Yeah.
I would say the same for... what's that fucking game, the one with the girls in it? Infinite... Nitro Plus Blasters, right?
Yeah.
Same thing. Simple characters, a lot of systems. Maybe it's not true across the board, but it can be said that a lot of anime fighters are like that.
I think it's like easy to get into, but it starts to get... There's quite a lot to it, though, to be honest. But, I mean, I think you can have fun off the bat.
But my point is that specifically with this game, it does have a few systems in play, but the characters still feel fully fleshed out.
Yeah, they do.
I think so.
Yeah, they do.
The characters that you've got at the moment, for those that are familiar with League, you've got Blitzcrank, Jinx, Illaoi, Ari, Darius, Echo, and Yasuo.
Yeah.
I can't believe I got them all.
Yeah, that's it, yeah. And then,
Teemo's coming out soon.
Teemo, yeah. Who everyone hates from League of Legends, but... I mean, it looks like you're going to hate him here because
Teemo main's a cunt, so that's why. But here's the thing. So the game is a very fast-paced, frenetic fighting game that has similar sort of physics and feel to, say, Marvel vs. Capcom, although not quite as much verticality, right?
Or Skullgirls, yeah.
Yeah, Skullgirls is a good example. Yeah. And it's a tag-based game where you can... And sort of the systems that are, like, in play is there's many, many different ways to tag your teammate in. You can do an aerial tag. You can do a launcher tag. You can do a bunch of different stuff. And you also have, like, a break meter, so you can break somebody's combo. You also have supers in the game and parrying and... aerial parrying, and that is about it, isn't it? Other than killing your opponents.
and also you got the different sort of systems you can start up with as
Fuses, they're called,
yeah, fuses. Like you can do 2 supers in one turn, or you can do 2 assists, or you can have one character be really powerful.
Juggernaut.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you pick a fuse. Once you picked your team, you pick a fuse, and it's sort of like the tag usually has a cooldown. So there's one that means that you can tag instantly after having tagged, right? Yeah. Or like Sean said, there's one where you can link 2 supers together. So if you do one of your supers, you press the combination to do a super again, and your other character will come out and do theirs, so you can link them together. Or there's Juggernaut, and that's pretty cool. But the one thing I've really liked about this game is the fact that the format of the game, and this is how it's going to be when they play it professionally, is that either you can be a guy and come in with 2 characters, or you can be a team of 2 people and come in.
I mean, I've seen it recently where actually it's unfortunate because I played in a singles tournament, but at Red Bull Gaming Sphere in London they were doing a duos tournament, but I just missed it because I was gonna like give you a shout. They're like doing duo, yeah.
So, but I think the professional format is going to be that tournaments are just 2 teams fight each other. You can sign up as a duo or a single, and you just fight.
I think once it comes up fully, they'll be probably established.
That's what Riot have said. But that's been the most fun I've had playing the game, is that you and I have been a team. Yeah, I'm playing Jinx, sort of out of obligation because I have a Jinx tattoo because I used to play a lot of League of Legends, and you're playing Blitzcrank. Yeah, and I think we've pulled off some fucking sick shit in the game.
Yeah, we have. Yeah, we have. I'm looking forward to doing going to tournaments with us as duos, isn't it?
Mate, it's going to be a lot of fun. I mean, so Sean's character Blitzcrank, he's a robot character. He's a tank in League of Legends, and he's kind of similar. He's weird because he is a grapple character.
He is,
but he's not necessarily the most grapple focused grappler I've ever seen. He's got a lot of really good moves just for engaging enemies normally.
He's very similar to Sentinel from Marvel vs. Capcom, but then he's also got the grab.
Exactly. Imagine Sentinel, who's insane to begin with, but coupled with the grabbing. It's amazing. Yeah. And one of Sean's, so you can tap the tag button when you're not tagged in to do an assist. And what Sean's character Blitzcrank does is he can do a full extend of the screen grab, almost full, right? So he's been grabbing the opponents while I'm comboing them, or like grabbing them, then allowing me to do the combo. And then I'll do the combo, do my super, then Sean will come and do his super, and it is so fucking satisfying when the synergy comes up like that. And I think you and I have a very good synergy in the game.
Yeah, we do. Yeah.
There was when we started, it was a bit like we were finding our footing, but we got to the point where we weren't even talking during games, and we knew what the other person was going for. You know what I mean? And that's the ideal. But that has been some of the most fun I've had in a fighting game in years.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, to be honest, I prefer probably playing with you in duos, to be honest. That's where I shine, I think.
I've played a lot of singles and I enjoy the fuck out of it. But playing duos with you is so good because usually with fighting games, you and I will play each other and we'll have a few matches once a week, you know what I mean? Yeah. But then when we're actually climbing ranks, we're doing it by ourselves. And what this means is we get to do it together. And it's a lot of fun, being able to play both sides of the fighting game together when we meet up on a Tuesday night, play this fucking game and climb duos. It's amazing.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
I absolutely love it, and I'm really enjoying Jinx as a character. She's a gadget focused zoning character, which is not usually my style. But, incredible stuff.
You have to look up some stuff with her, because I saw, you can, throw a bomb down and reset and all this crazy stuff with her.
I've seen it.
A lot of the characters are very open like that. That's how, sort of the game feels. You can do this crazy stuff already. It does feel very open, even though it's not, you haven't got 6 buttons. There's still a lot to discover and all of this. People discovering new stuff every day. I see.
But the amount of flexibility with the combos is wild. I've never seen 2 players play the same way with the same hero. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's it's weird because the only exception to that rule was Darius. And Darius is a great beginner character, and actually just a decent character, to be fair. There's not a bad character in the game.
No, not at all.
But Darius is the most prescriptive character, but still useful. And the thing is that I've seen people...
I like the sort of league stuff where, like, like you say, it's still useful. Like, he has the cleave where it makes them bleed over time.
And one of the best assists in the game because he has the cleave move.
Yeah.
But I mean, there's not a bad character in it, and I much prefer this starting with a small roster. And they're bringing out 5 new champions a year, right?
Yeah.
And then also new levels. And
Braum is probably the worst character.
Braum is the character I forgot. Yes, but his assist is amazing as well because he's got the shield wall thing.
Yeah, he just needs a bit of an improvement on his anti-air and stuff.
Yeah. But he's a good character.
He's good, yeah. Some people said they need to nerf the damage, but I quite like it the way it is, isn't it? Like,
it's more balanced that way.
Yeah.
And also, I've seen a lot of people say that when it comes to team composition, it's not necessarily single champion based what would you call it, tier lists in this game. It's more about what team you pick, because Jinx and Braum, for example, really good. Also, Yasuo, one of the best characters in the game, but has the worst synergy with every other character.
Apart from Jinx.
Exactly. Jinx is the only situation where his assist is good.
Yeah.
But every other character he doesn't have good synergy with, which is insane, but that's why he's the best character in the game.
Yeah.
Incredibly well thought out. And what I do like, I know this is very shallow, but I like the little lobbies in it.
Yeah, I like it too, because you have your outside lobbies. It's not like Street Fighter where it's a separate game. It's just a lobby where you hang out and find games and stuff, and you got your own private lobby which looks like a gaming room, but you have your own like avatars, which I quite like. It's not like a separate thing, it's all within the game.
Well, the avatars are like cute little chibi things. It's not like those really horrific looking Street Fighter 6 ones. And also, like Sean said, that lobby in Street Fighter 6 is optional, and it's a separate part of the game.
Yeah.
Whereas just a queue for ranked in this, what you do is you go into this little cool arcade room, and you queue up, and if you get matched with somebody in the room, fine, but you're basically doing normal matchmaking, right? And so Sean and I get to hang out in there. You have emotes, you can dress your avatar up and chat with other people in that little room.
Yeah, like I've made my avatar look like myself and bought clothes for it.
Yeah, and I made a cool little cyberpunk person. But it reminds me of Dead or Alive 4.
Yeah.
They had the cool lobbies and that. I loved it, man.
Yeah, it's great.
It's not intrusive. It doesn't make the game any slower or worse to find matches. It just means that when you earn in-game money, you can buy cool little things for your avatar, and eventually, it's not in the game yet, costumes for your characters as well.
Yeah.
New skins.
And you can chat to people outside of the games and
and spectate games that are in the same room seamlessly as well without any loading.
Yeah.
So if two people are sitting basically to fight against somebody, you sit down at a little arcade, or you just press Y to matchmake against everyone in the world. And basically, if you just walk up to any screen where two people are playing, you can see their screen will just pop up in the game world in front of you, and you can just watch them fight. It just happens instantly. Don't know how they've fucking done it. But also there's one main TV in every room where the top players... We were top of the leaderboard in our room the other day, weren't we?
Yeah.
And so our matches, we were playing on the big screen and it was getting streamed, so everyone in the room can see it at all times because it's on this big screen at the top. And they've made... Here's the thing. In Street Fighter 6, you can only really control the avatar stuff with a traditional PlayStation controller. Right? Because you need the right analog stick. And in this, they've made it so that the avatar, you can control it with a levelers, a pad, a fighting stick.
Seamless.
And also, they've made a big point of showing avatars and their marketing materials with a variety of controllers. Like, you notice there's a little levelers that you can buy and have on your back. It's something that
the snack box.
Yeah, it was a snack box micro, wasn't it? Yeah. And thing is that most other like fighting games will not really acknowledge leveluses or even really arcade sticks nowadays.
No, barely.
So yeah, it's I just think it's really cool. But if you've got anything negative to say about 2XKO,
I mean, not really.
It's a tough one, isn't it?
Apart from what I mentioned, I think really, I mean, that's it. I mean, yeah.
I mean, we all the only thing
adjustments.
Is. What about actually? There's a funny story, listeners. I did my placement matches. Like, I'm not terrible at the game, am I? I'm not great, but I'm not terrible.
Yeah, you're pretty
Do
good.
you think I'm Platinum 2 level?
I mean, I'm not sure yet.
That
It's
must...
yeah, but that was like 2 days into you playing the game.
I don't know how it happened. It must have been a glitch because I did my
think it
placement
was.
matches, won like a couple, right? And I lost like 4.
Yeah.
And then suddenly the game places me at Platinum 2. I'm like, what the fuck is this? One of the people I must have beaten must have been a Platinum person on their off day or something.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
But I got placed at a rank so high that I cannot. That I'm fighting people that are way above my skill level.
Well, luckily, that's getting reset when the full game comes out.
Yes. So no, is it closed beta is stopping and it's going to open beta on 8th of October?
Oh, I thought it was just. I thought they were just saying that the game's released at this point.
I guess I'm not sure, but yeah, we had to sign up to get an invite to the closed beta here. But
I'm hoping this releases on console, so it's easy.
it will. But
it's
then
easier for tourneys and
Riot Games, they don't really release on consoles, do they?
that.
Valorant is on Xbox now, isn't it? But,
yeah, Valorant's on Xbox.
but
So.
why would you? I mean, that's just meant.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
I wouldn't even bother. But yeah, so on the 8th, I can't remember the details. Either the full game's coming out or it's open beta now. I can't remember which one, but everything's getting reset. So we lose all of our avatar items, we lose all of our levels, this and the other, and we're all starting afresh. Yeah. Which I'm glad because I'm not a Platinum 2 player and I'm getting my ass slapped about like a bitch.
Well, we'll start climbing the rank ladder when that happens.
We will, and if the Rapid Reviews UK podcast are listening, come play a man's game, mate. Come on 2XKO and see if you can fucking get to Platinum 1 on that.
You can be mad at me all you want, but you can't be on mom's phone Googling anime lesbians and not know how to delete your search history and act like that's my fault.
Now, I've got something to tell you, man. I've been a fucking idiot.
Why? What happened?
Look at that.
Nice. Oh, sick, man. The Astro one. Nice.
Yeah. I've just handed Sean. I got myself a FightBox F1 levelers controller, despite having about a month ago just bought a new levelers. I know, but I tell you why I got that.
It's well nice, though, man.
It's beautiful, man. It's beautiful. It's the coolest
Do you still
controller.
want it, or?
You can buy it if you want. And feel the buttons on the sides, right? So what this is it's a levelers arcade controller, but instead of being flat like a lot of arcade controllers, levelers is specifically, it's got arcade stick form factor, so it's nice and thick. And instead of using keyboard switches, it uses Sanwa arcade ones, but 24mm ones. It's such a nice build quality, man. I've chuffed to bits. Thing about FightBox controllers, it was that they were sort of released as a cheaper alternative to add a bit of rivalry to the leveler scene because hitboxes are way too expensive for what they are, right?
Yeah.
That's just the truth. FightBox was sort of a rival to them where they made them affordable. They are still not available in England at all. And it's still $100 and then obviously shipping to the UK, which would be extortionate for something that heavy. Yeah. This guy posted it on eBay, right, and was like, there was barely a description. He just says FightBox F1 barely used. So I didn't know if it was an Xbox One, a Switch 2 one, this, that, the other. I just knew it was a FightBox F1 and he was selling it for 40 quid.
Oh,
I mean,
nice.
that's how much just the postage would be on it.
It's well worth it, man.
I couldn't believe my luck. So it turns out what it is a PS3 one.
Oh, okay.
Which is a little bit of a shame, which means I will have to get a wingman if I want to use it. But I tell you the reason I got it is because in 2XKO you have to do super jumps.
Yeah, you do.
And I was struggling to do super jumps on the WASD setup. And I know I do have the other button, but I could not get used to pressing the thumb button when the up button was there. It was just like muscle memory. I was automatically doing it.
Yeah.
And this controller was cheap as fuck for what it was, right? So I was like, I have to get it.
Yeah.
Do you want to buy it?
How much?
50 quid.
Well, you bought it for 40 quid.
I know, but I've got to make a profit on it, son. No, you're welcome to it if you want it for $49.99.
Okay, cool.
No, but seriously.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah?
What? No, I'm alright, thanks, man.
Sean, look at it, bruv.
Yes, like one of the nicest looking ones.
It's art, and it's the Astro City design. And look, here's what it says here as well. So it's modelled after like an old sit-down arcade, right? That's what it looks like. But it says on the stick, high-resolution graphics and stereo over the art sound double your playing enjoyment. 100 yen, insert a coin. Come on, that's cool. It's even got the English on there, man.
Yeah.
We'll talk after the pod. If you want to buy it, you can buy it, mate. But I'm getting a profit on it. That's that. End of story. 50 quid. 50 quid is a bargain for that.
Yeah.
I bought it for 50.
You bought it for 50.
I did now, yeah.
This has gone up. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, let's talk about Hollow Knight Silksong. Right, Sean, I said to Sean the other week, right, I started playing Hollow Knight Silksong, and it's one of the biggest, probably the biggest indie game to launch of the last 10 years, the most anticipated.
Yeah, probably, yeah.
Yeah, incredible game. I mean, and I said to Sean, I said, right, this game, I cannot believe they've put it at £16 still after all this time. And they could be charging full price for it, and they're not. And it is an incredible, incredible game. Now, I said to Sean, I was like, well, look, we should both play this because it's affordable and it's the big new game. Why don't we do the professional thing for once and both play a new game, right? And Sean, he's gone out and done that, and I cannot be more proud of him. He's been hammering the game. So we're going to do a little Hollow Knight Silksong quiz.
Yeah, go on then.
Because I believe, Sean...
I've played about 20 hours of it, just to let you know.
Okay, all right, okay. All right.
Is that
no,
good?
well,
Is
yeah.
that good?
No, that's really good. I didn't know that.
Okay.
But I don't know if that's true. So we'll do a little quiz just before we get into the game.
Yeah, but
Because I suspect you haven't played it.
You know, I haven't really concentrated on the story, though, that much.
No, it's fine. I won't quiz you on the story because I haven't concentrated on it either. It's more the aesthetics and the vibe.
Yeah.
What's the main character's name? I'll just keep it easy for you because you played the game.
Yeah, I have. I can't remember, though.
I see. You know the bind ability?
Yeah.
What does that do?
Binds.
All right. So, okay. All right, well, how about this?
Since I played.
Okay, the bind ability, since you don't know for some reason, is the one that heals you.
Oh.
Yeah, you know that one there.
And when she goes fresh or whatever.
All right, that was going to be my next question. I was going to ask you to do an impression of what she says when she does it. That was kind of close. It's more like friend.
Oh yeah, friend, isn't it? Friend. Okay.
What does she use as a weapon?
It's like bone sword type thing.
Interesting. A bone sword, you say?
Like bony sword.
That is very interesting answer you've given there.
She wears a red dress.
Yep.
Like her name, I remember her name being like some sort of pun. I feel like it's been a couple of weeks since I played.
Yeah, it's Buggy the Clown, yeah.
Nice.
No, all right. Last question. What's the fast travel system?
The fast travel system?
If you've played 20 hours, you will know this.
No, I don't know. Really.
There is no way, I'm just saying this now, there's no way you couldn't have played, there's no way you could have,
travel.
There's no way, it is impossible to have played 20 hours and not seen this.
Okay,
Fast travel.
Because I've killed 2 bosses.
In 20 hours?
Should I have got...
You should be near the end of the fucking game.
No, it's like 40.
No, it's a 20 hours game, yeah, but go on.
Okay.
What do you think of the last area of the
apparently
game?
And
you haven't unlocked the fast travel system.
Apparently I'm pretty
That's within the first half an hour.
Yeah, it might be.
Right, I'm going on to Steam.
Let's have a look.
Look, but sometimes Steam gets it wrong, don't they? Yeah. Right, just for once, man. Why do you have to lie? Why don't you just say? Why don't you just text me and be like, Harrison, I didn't really get on with Silksong. That's fine, because you know what? I've stopped playing it.
I did, but I just don't.
I just don't have the time. Right, let's have a look here. So, view friends list.
Friend.
Right, don't do that again. 4.3 hours in the. All right, let's have a look at all recently played here. Hollow Knight Silksong, 4.6 hours.
Oh, okay, felt like so much more, man.
You are. Why didn't you just say?
I don't know. It felt like 20 hours.
What were you gonna do if I hadn't felt like 20 hours? If I hadn't called you out here, what were you gonna do? Were you gonna try and blag it and pretend you've played it? Be honest.
I mean, to be honest.
Well, I would have blagged it a bit, yeah.
To be honest, I felt like I did play it, but I haven't really liked.
Right,
games.
well, let's put it this way. Right,
Really
fine.
like games.
Wait. Shut up. You don't like games?
No, I said I haven't really gamed that much like this.
In a month?
Like this month, really. Like
That is... Now, I know that's rubbish because you've been playing a lot of 2XKO. I've seen you on Street Fighter 6 quite a lot.
I've played that with you, and like, I played.
I know you've been playing it quite a lot. That's fine. If you just say, I don't go on with Silksong, that's fine. You don't have to fucking play it, mate. I don't give a shit. It's just I knew you were going to fucking lie about it. I knew you were going to lie about it, and I was fucking right.
Yeah, I didn't feel like I was lying, though, to be honest.
Well, that's good, because I don't feel like you're a twat.
That's good. Cheers, man.
I do, though.
Oh.
Stop eating, man. Right, what did you think in the 4.3 hours of Silksong? Why did you give up? And just be honest, if you thought it was shit, say it was shit. That's fine. That's what people are here for. They're here for your opinions. And not to pay us on Patreon. We know that much.
No, I don't know, man. I mean, it's just not something I'd play anymore, really.
Yeah. So why not open up with that instead of, yeah, man, we've been playing Silksong. I loved it, mate. It was sick. I played 20 hours. 20 hours.
I mean, no, I thought it was good. It's just not...
It's a fucking tin pot podcast, man.
A lot of people...
Fucking wackadoo podcast. Go on.
No, a lot of people would like it, though, I think, because it's got, like... You know, you got to be patient to fight enemies and that. And learn their patterns.
Not that you would fucking know, anyway. What's your favourite boss?
The first one.
That's convenient. Right, what was his name?
Ant-Man.
Fucking hell, man. Right, anyway, we won't speak about Silksong.
It's a good game.
No, it isn't. I actually don't like it.
Do you not?
No, not really.
Oh, okay.
I stopped playing it as well, but I actually did play 20 hours. Yeah, luckily we can't check it on Steam though, so I might have just played 4.3.
Why didn't you like it though?
I tell you what I didn't like about it, right? And I don't think we need to go into what Hollow Knight Silksong is, right? Everyone already knows. Do you reckon?
Yeah, I'd say.
I tell you what that I didn't like about it, and this has been a common sentiment amongst a lot of people. I really, really enjoyed, broadly speaking, playing it, but there were too many of those fucking stupid kill rooms where you go in, it locks, and then you have to beat waves of enemies, right? Hated those. Too many bosses that... Look, the patterns that they do should turn up randomly, but there were too many that just spawn additional grunts all the time.
Oh, okay.
And it felt like each time you did a boss run, it was sort of a gamble to get good luck for them to not summon loads of other enemies. And loads of people have said that. I didn't find the movement hard. I didn't find the whole dive kick mechanic difficult to move around like other people have, right? But that's just me. Maybe other people did find it hard. I thought the movement was fine and actually really, really good. And the boss fights in it, where you're fighting against, say, a one-on-one enemy and you're learning their patterns, some of the best parts in the fucking game. And if the whole game was like that, it would have been a 10 out of 10 for me.
Yeah.
But they fucking lost me. It's not that it was too hard, it just felt like it was unfair challenge. And that's what it was. It started off as a DLC to Hollow Knight, and it was supposed to be for absolute experts of Hollow Knight. So, and that's what it feels like. Most of the bosses, when they hit you, they do 2 points of damage instead of 1, despite the fact you've got 5 health, for some bizarre reason. And it's clear that it's an expert's mod of the original. That's what it is. But that's Hollow Knight Silksong. We don't really need to say much more on it, but I've got to call you out on something else now, Sean. Right, so let's talk about Peak. So, Sean.
Yeah.
Right. So, okay, listen. So I've got to tell you a little story, right? So we've been playing Peak, right? And it's been
a game.
It's been wonderful because what we've been it's like a good hangout game, right? And we've been playing it quite a lot. And there was a point where Sean, I don't know. Look, we'll talk about it. We completed a run, right?
No.
Well, what I've been doing is I noticed. Right, that actually when we started playing the game, me, Katie and Rob, when we played our first 30 hours of the game, we were sort of not enjoying it that much. I noticed people getting frustrated. So what I started doing was sticking on easy, tenderfoot mode, and just not telling anyone. And I noticed immediately people were having more fun. It said tenderfoot in the top right corner of the screen, but nobody knew what that meant. So I just carried on doing it.
Yeah, I mean, I'd just move on to another game if I wasn't enjoying it, though, to be honest.
If you weren't enjoying it, right?
Which I still didn't.
No. No, but my point is that we completed it on tenderfoot. Would you say? actually, I'm not going to ask your fucking opinion, but I would say that it was a challenge, right?
was a challenge.
Tenderfoot is not easy mode. It is the easiest mode in a generally quite challenging game, right? That's a fact. That is a fact. It doesn't matter. Easy or the easiest mode in a game does not always mean that it's trivially easy, as demonstrated by the fact that you found it difficult, right? Can we say that?
I just suck though, man.
But can we agree that the easiest mode of something is not always an easy thing to do? It doesn't mean it's trivial.
Not generally.
It doesn't mean it's trivial. Can we say that?
I mean, to be fair...
Can we agree on that? Before we move on, can we agree that the easiest mode of something doesn't always mean trivial?
No.
For example...
No.
Thank you. Right. So we're agreed on that. Then, right, we when we finished the run, Sean's character, just before the end, had died. I was saying, I classed it...
I think we mentioned this last time, though. We talked about this last
No, we didn't.
Like, this particular run, we...
Okay, we might done. But anyway, the story goes on, because what happened is Sean didn't make it to the helicopter, right? I still count that as a win for you. The game doesn't, but I do, right? Because you were part of a winning run and it got finished, right?
Yeah.
Anyway, I started making jokes on the WhatsApp to Sean, just little jokes, saying it's still on your plate, mate. You ain't beaten peak, right? And Sean was like, well, neither of you did it on easy mode, you little bitch. Something that you couldn't do, but you were getting really arsey about it.
I never said like anything like that.
You were like, I just want to do it on bitch mode, mate. I want to play a real game like Street Fighter 6 instead of playing shitey Peak. Did you or not say that?
Yeah, I did. I mean, I just don't like Peak that much, to be honest.
Well, it doesn't matter if you don't like it, but you were trying to say that our win was trivial, and then Sean said to listeners, "Can you get this?" He goes, "I did it in 6 hours."
Yeah,
he did it in 6 hours, where it took us 20 hours to get a win on it, right? Because you did it with people that had played for 20 hours. And Sean was like, I did it in 6 hours. I did it.
I mean, I did it with you guys, you know. I helped. I was there, man.
Yeah, but like, if you were climbing, say, Everest with a team of trained Sherpas, would that be a bit easier than doing it on your own? Would you say that?
Well, probably.
Would you say that?
Well, I'd probably be dead if I was on my own.
Exactly, mate. Exactly. And you got to the fucking end in 6 hours because you were with us. You were trying to say, tenderfoot mode is trivial,
so
right?
So you guys experienced Sherpas then, would you say?
At peak we are now, yeah. Yeah, we are. Yes.
Yeah, but like now they've released this new mode. This new update.
Got chests in the airport. That doesn't matter. Right. Anyway, you're trying to say that Tenderfoot was trivial. It fucking wasn't. Because even if it was trivial, if it took you 6 hours, how can it be trivial?
No.
Because even 6 hours is a long time.
Yeah, it was
to complete an hour game.
Yeah, it was. I was like
right, and then what happened? Right, you were saying that, and obviously, as we both agree, easiest mode in something doesn't mean trivial, right? Take for example, getting a little bit of AIDS or getting loads of it, right? Both of them still pretty hard, right? And peak is very similar to that.
Is it? Yeah, I suppose it is.
In terms of misery. Anyway, what did I do next?
You beat it normal.
I'll beat it on normal. Where's your completion, mate? Still on your plate?
Yeah, I've moved on.
But the idea
I should probably care about it though, to be honest.
No, neither do I, to be honest. But it's just in the last month this has happened. But the idea that you were like, I beat it in 6 hours. I beat it in 6 hours.
Yeah, I realised that was a mistake.
Yeah, that's a mental thing to say.
But I did.
And also just your constant claims that the easiest version of something must always be completely trivial. The easiest version of Dark Souls, right, or Elden Ring, is where you summon other players. Is the game fucking easy still? Is it trivial?
I mean, it depends.
Is it?
I mean, it depends. I don't know.
It depends on the gamble with the players you get. So, no, it might be the easiest way of doing something, but it's not trivial.
Yeah, but I don't know. I've not played it in easy mode. I've played it like I'm crushing it.
You fucking idiot. We played Bloodborne together and we completed it. I was crushing it. Fucking... We summoned.
No, I mean, Elden Ring. I mean, I've...
No, there's no easy mode in Elden Ring.
Yeah,
My point is that the game's difficulty is a bit more fluid than that, and that you can summon players, and that makes the game easier.
Yeah, it does.
But does it make it trivial?
Well...
Does it make it trivial?
Probably. Sometimes.
Was Bloodborne trivial when we summoned a couple of times?
A bit tough, man.
Yeah, it was really hard, wasn't it? Yeah.
I mean,
so some challenging games are challenging even on the easiest difficulty. Would you say that?
Yeah, sometimes.
Right, thank you.
Yeah, but
he was giving
already
it
did
so
say
much
that.
fucking
Already-
mouth on the fucking WhatsApp group. Yeah, I wouldn't want. You even said that. You said I wouldn't want to complete it on Tenderfoot anyway. Even though you were so gassed when when you thought you'd completed it on Tenderfoot, you never made it to
I
the
wasn't.
chopper.
No, my heart was.
No, he was like, yes, we did it, and sent a video of him uninstalling the game. We did it. I did it in 6 hours. You little fucking.
Yeah, but I like. Yeah, that was. Yeah, I mean, did you? I mean, did you enjoy your time with the game?
Of course I didn't.
Yeah, me neither, man.
It was just good hanging out with our friends. That was literally it.
Yeah, that was the best bit, really.
I'm still playing it, man.
Are you?
I played it the other night with Katie. My
What are
wife
you
wants to
doing?
start playing. So we're doing Ascent 1 now, which is like the bit harder difficulty, and it's just full damage hurts you more. And we have lost a couple of runs to it. And I sort of... Katie's played 72 hours of it. What fucking sense does that make? She plays it alone and then plays it with us.
It's a very casual game, man.
Thankfully, Sean, I know that she doesn't listen to this podcast. It shouldn't take 20 hours to beat that game on Tenderfoot. But her and Rob, that we've been playing the game with, they make fucking dumb decisions.
Yeah, I mean,
They-
it makes the game.
No, I was going to say they're idiotic, but that they have made it harder, right? But because they never use items, they never use the items. They save them for some mystical point where they might need them, even when a moment that where you need them is staring you right in the fucking face.
I think, to be honest,
The run where we won. I'm really sorry to cut you off,
that's all right.
but the run where we won, we succeeded because I more or less was in charge of the items,
yeah,
and I
definitely.
was using them.
I think if I wanted to play the game again, then it's like sort of you and I were playing together, I think we would have done it a lot quicker.
Yeah, 100%, yeah. But who put a piton in the ground?
Oh, me. That was me, wasn't it? I
Sean put a piton in the ground.
learned how to use them very well after that in single player, but yeah.
Yeah, when Sean was trying to beat it, Sean was trying to beat it on normal. He was so upset that I was saying it's still on your plate, right? I was joking, by the way. He was so upset that I was saying it's still on your plate that he sent us videos of him trying to complete it on normal, and he was trying to use the glitch to get to the end. The
Yeah.
cannon glitch.
Yeah, it was quite good though, man.
In what way was it good? Sean was like, it was good, I discovered this glitch. And it was like, you clearly looked up how to glitch to the end of peak because I want to get the win.
Well, I wanted to get past the first bit 'cause just like I have to do that so many times, and
Yeah, you struggle a bit. I didn't really want to actually talk about Peak the game. I just sort of wanted to chew you out on air for being a bit of a twat about it.
yeah. I mean, like it's fine though. It's fine.
All right. Do you like Peak?
No,
No, me neither. All right, let's go on to our individual games here. Sean, you've been playing Street Fighter 6.
yeah, I have. Yeah.
Go on then, what have you got to say about that?
Well, see, Viper comes out soon.
Yes, mate.
So that's October.
Oh, is it that soon? Is it this month?
Yeah, October 15th. That's it. Yeah.
Yeah, I can't wait, mate.
She looks,
What type of character is she in general, though?
rush down type character. Yeah.
Yes, that's my type of character. I'm looking forward to that. Anything else you got to say on Street Fighter 6?
Not really. Just
a good game.
Watch out.
Oh, that was a bit pointless. Right, I've been playing Liar's Bar. Sean, you got to go on Liar's Bar, man. This game's sick.
What's Liar's Bar?
It's a bit of a budget title, right? What it is it's a collection of card type mini games, although one of them's dice. It's just a collection of card and dice mini games, basically.
Okay,
The idea is that what you do is you pick a character and you're these anthropomorphic animal characters sat around a table and you are playing a game of bluff mixed with Russian roulette. So the idea is that you the main normal game, which is called Liar's Cards, I think, is that you're sitting in these cool environments, like really sort of seedy looking environments, and you have to bluff say the current card is queens, right? You have to either put down some queens or put down one of the other cards that's in your hand and say it's a queen, and people have to call you on your bluff. Every time somebody calls you on your bluff, you play Russian roulette, and then an extra bullet gets added if you don't shoot yourself in the head. Literally as simple as that.
Okay.
But it's a good one for sticking on voice chat and trying to lie to each other. I've just played... So Ace from the Discord convinced me to buy this. And it was only a £5, and I've had a couple of really good nights on it. And I'm like, I feel like I've got my money's worth. There's a poker version as well on there. So there's 4 different games. But there's a poker version where you bet bullets, right?
Yeah.
So you're saying you've got an 8-chamber revolver, and you're saying, I think my hand is so good, I'm going to add 1 extra bullet, right? And if it turns out you lose, then you have to put all the bullets in your gun that you've bet and shoot yourself. So if you for example go all in and bet 8 bullets, then and you lose, you have to be very, very confident that you're not going to shoot yourself in the head with 8 bullets, right? But yeah, it's pretty good. I mean, it's there's not much really to say about it. I mean, it's just a cool game. I would highly recommend it to anyone. It's a very, very good hangout type game where me and Ace have been playing, and we've been playing with a couple of people online, and your characters are sort of animated, so you can sort of move the head around in interesting ways. And I've seen that like a lot of people who don't use the mic will just sort of turn to the other characters and just nod when they like try to give little tells or things like this.
Oh, yeah.
And you can also middle finger anyone at the table at any time, so your character will just go fuck you or whatever. And it's a weird game. It's a £5, and you get 4 little card-based mini games in it, all revolving around Russian roulette, or in the case of the dice one, you drink poison. But yeah, it's good, just a bluff game.
Sounds fun.
It is good, man. I mean, it's worth a £5. I'll put it that way. Yeah. I think maybe probably wait till it goes on sale, but I've had a good laugh playing it, and all it was is if Ace has been online, he's been like, can you play for half an hour? And I'm like, yeah, perfect. It's a perfect game for that. You know what I mean? Yeah. I think you would really like it, honestly, because it's like the whole thing of speaking on voice chat and trying to lie to people is part of the fun of it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I went on there with Ace and his girlfriend, Dags, and we were on there with one other random guy. And, of course, we were just talking the whole time because we're mates. And I was, all right, Ace, how's your day and stuff like this? And the guy was spamming in the chat, like, shut the fuck up and stuff like this, because he just wanted us to shut up. But, yeah, your character's mouth moves as well while you talk. I don't know. It's a cool game. It's a cool game.
Baker.
Yeah, nice little... I don't want to call it a party game, because it's got quite a miserable atmosphere. But it's like a, fun little arcadey type game to play against each other. The only other one I will talk about is... Actually, I've got 2, but do you want me to do Toho or Look Outside? Which one would you like to hear about? You can be there for the audience.
Probably, well, I don't know. Like, they're both good options. Probably Toho, personally, but Look Outside, probably, though.
All right, we'll talk about...
I'd say the audience probably want to hear about.
All right, let's do Look Outside, because it's the more interesting game, honestly. Yeah. I mean, nobody here wants to hear about another shmup. Right, Look Outside. So this is an RPG Maker horror game, and I know what you're thinking. I don't mean like those Weeaboo ones that come out all the time. It's a exploratory game where a guy is trapped in his apartment block, and not because they've been locked in or anything like this, but because the game is called Look Outside. One of the first things that happens in the game, I mean, or that most people do, is that there's like, he's looking at his curtains in his apartment, and he's like, wow, I feel like something really unnerving is out there. Should I look? And if you select yes, he opens his curtains and he just melts, like literally melts from seeing what he's just saw, like Cthulhu something or other. Yeah. And the game is about sort of exploring the apartments, and so it's weird because it's one of the darkest sort of games I've ever played, but actually manages to be funny at points as well. It's like really weird. Like, so you've got 15 in-game days. You explore the apartments, and there's like, you do sort of JRPG style combat, although it's mainly just swinging axes and shooting things. You have degrading weapons, and then you have loads of really interesting characters you can talk to. So it's about piecing together certain puzzles. I don't know what the fuck is going on at the moment, but there's like cultists in there. There's weird monsters. Like, people have obviously been exposed a little bit to seeing whatever it is outside, and they've started transforming into weird shit. Like, there's a guy who's sort of bulged out and has got teeth growing out of him, which is fucking horrific. There's this weird rat, half baby that you can feed to a mouth on the wall, and it gives you a special disc that you can use as a key. It's fucking weird. But then, amongst all of that, there's just a guy who opens a weapons shop in his apartment, and he's just like, hey, come down to Dave's Weapons. And, you go in there and it plays like a typical shop theme. It's like, and it's sort of like weird humour amongst all of it. But yeah, you have 15 in-game days, and every day, like, stuff will change, right? So at a certain point, there's this guy down on the floors below who is doing photography in his apartment, and you see his red room where he's developing the photography. There's, like, blood coming out from under the door. And if you ask him about it, he's sort of like, oh, well, you don't want to go in there, but you can get him to develop pictures for you. So you find some photo paper. There's something on it, but you need to go and get it developed. So then he says, like, come back tomorrow. So you go and do your exploring. And you get XP based on how long you explore, which is a kind of a cool way of doing it. If you go into dangerous areas, the longer you spend there, when you get back to your apartment alive, the more experience you get. And you unlock new moves and all of this. You also have to keep track of your hunger via stamina and how clean you are. If you become smelly, people can smell you, which is a weird mechanic. But yeah, it's a good game. Look outside. It's got very cute art style, and the music is phenomenal as well. Like some of the best I've ever seen. Heard, I mean. But yeah, you'd like it, man. It's a good game. I mean, if you like, one of those games that's like a very closed-off environment that is worth exploring. It's a bad comparison, but like something like Way of the Samurai, right? Yeah. Where it's like tailor-made for multiple runs, testing out what different shit does to see what happens. It's like that type of experience. Really, really, really good. And just full of very humorous moments as well. Can't recommend it highly enough. Look outside. It's only £6.
That's really good. Yeah.
It's amazing.
Worth it.
Two souls face each other head-on in fateful battle. A third doom scrolls awkwardly on his phone.
Right, Sean, you got perk up. You look really tired.
I'm really tired. Wait,
so am I. Perk up. You were just like, yeah.
So it's like,
yeah, sounds
should
good.
we have a break though?
Yeah, sounds good. Yeah, I like that game. Is that what people are tuning? This is why nobody's paying on Patreon.
Wait, let's not put this bit in.
No, we'll put. Yeah, no, we will put this bit in.
No, don't. No, that's not.
If I was looking at you like that, you were talking, right? You tell me to talk about look outside, right? Why don't you? And also the Street Fighter 6 bit as well, just like Crimson Viper's coming out. Good game, look out.
Yeah,
and then I look over and you're like this. You're like, you can't see the face I'm doing, mate, like listeners, but imagine this face.
Yeah.
Sean's looking at me like, yeah.
Yeah, but you like.
Wow, great commentary there. Sounds good, yeah.
You were sort of hurrying me along on Street Fighter 6, so you got anything else to say? I had a few things to say.
I'm looking forward to that. Anything else you got to say on Street Fighter 6?
Not really. Just,
It's a good game.
Watch out.
Go on, then. What have you got to say about it?
Well, just sort of saying.
Just more of these. Why is it always waving? No, go on. Yeah, you've got lots of interest. I wasn't. The thing is, I wasn't. No. But I wasn't. No. But I wasn't. I actually wasn't hurrying you along. I was waiting for you to say something, and then I jumped in when it just went sort of quiet. No, but go on. Yeah, go on. Street Fighter 6. No, we're not cutting it off, Sean. You've got interesting stuff to say. You just said. I want to hear it. I'm a fan. I'm a Sean fan. I'm a Fash fan. No, go on. What's up, mate? What's with the Street Fighter?
Let's just cut that whole bit out.
No, we're not cutting it out. No, what's going on with the Street Fighter? Just tell me about the Street Fighter, man. I want to hear about the Street Fighter. What's going on? Look, I will cut this bit out. But if you had something interesting to say about Street Fighter, can you say it now, please? Because I really want to hear it. All of your fans out there.
Really that interesting.
Go on.
No, you built it up.
No, I haven't built it up. No, go on. Tell me about the Street Fighter.
Sorry.
Sean!
It's just like I know. I mean, I've got to plan them with Ryu and stuff.
See, that's good. That's good news.
Meet us online, but it's not really worth saying.
But what we'll do is we'll go for a little bit. No, we'll go for a break. No. We'll go. No. Right, we'll go for a break. We're going for a break. I'm just going to give you some advice. I'm going to give you some advice. We'll go for a break. You go in front of the mirror like Rocky or whatever, and start do some punches and that, like huss. Get yourself G'd up, man. Come on.
I just need a break. That's all.
All right, okay. All right, let's go. Right, go on then. You've got your item. So we're going to go into Getting Lucky now.
Yeah.
Get lucky. Get lucky. I always get it wrong.
Get lucky.
Go on then.
So, I thought for this one I'd sort of do. So I had the idea of like franchises that we once loved, and what would it take for you to buy a new one? And at the top of the list is Metal Gear Solid.
Yeah.
Like with like Hideo Kojima not being in it anymore. What would it sort of take
To get me to buy a new Metal Gear Solid? That is actually, Sean, a really good idea for an item and an interesting thing. Now, what I was going to do... Now, Sean, I might cut the last bit out. I might.
No,
I might.
Oh,
No, it was fucking...
going again.
No, shut up, right? It was fucking appalling. But I was going to come onto your item now and just be like, yeah, and I'd be well low energy like you were, right? And that would be annoying and offensive. Would you agree?
Yeah, but
Yeah,
I'm
would
trying
be.
To,
Yeah, but
I'm
you've
trying
come
to
with a
get
good
going.
item.
I'm trying to get going.
All right, let's get going, right? You G'd up.
Yeah, no.
I was for a minute there, but then you spoke about my shortcomings. No, listen, but that's a good item, and what I'm going to do, right? But what I'm going to do, because this is our job, somebody's paying us £1.50, Sean. Sean, stop, don't do that. Don't put your head in your hands. Right, here's what I'm going to do, because that's a good item, I'm going to show it respect. All right? That's what I'm going to do. So, Metal Gear Solid, what would it take me to buy a new version of the game? To be honest... It's going to sound a bit cocky, and it would never happen. But if they brought Kojima back and let him cook again.
Yeah, they won't do that.
But the unfortunate thing is he stole a large amount of money from his employers, and it would never happen.
No, but what can they do? What can Konami do to get you to buy a new one
Without Kojima
without
in
him
it.
in it?
To be honest, I did consider buying Delta, but it's a pointless remake, isn't it?
A whole new one, a whole new Metal Gear Solid game.
I'm not even sure there's anything they could do.
Metal Gear, just Metal Gear.
Yeah, I mean, I did buy Metal Gear Survive, and I did love it.
Maybe if they sort of advertised, I think maybe if they sort of advertised one with the story being light but the gameplay being really heavy, they could basically just do another Peace Walker.
If they did another Peace Walker, yeah, actually that's a good answer, because maybe if they just go, we'll release a new game in the Metal Gear Solid 5 engine, or DLC for Metal Gear Solid 5 where it's just a bunch of cool side missions, because the side missions in the game are good. Same with Peace Walker.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I had a lot of fun doing sort of those side missions and getting all those weird people and all that stuff.
So do you know what it is? That's what it would take, I think. A Metal Gear Solid 5 expansion.
And if they were sort of clear about not messing with the story that Kojima built up.
No, but the thing is, they didn't mess with it. He got sacked. That's it, really.
No, but if they brought out a new one.
Yeah. If they brought out a new one. And it was, like you say, I think it would have to be honest though, I did buy and really enjoy Metal Gear Acid. And
yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Kojima had very, very little to do with that. So I think if they made a new side game that was maybe overseen by the team that made Metal Gear Acid, if they made Metal Gear Acid 3, that's what it would be. But that's not even a Metal Gear Solid game, really. It's Metal Gear Acid.
Yeah.
So I think you're right. I think it would be like if they went, this one's got no story. But then again, Kojima's game design, is people talk about him as really being the guy that does all the story, but actually he's a game designer too. And a very good one, in my opinion.
Yeah. And
I don't know if there's anything they could do to get me to buy another Metal Gear Solid.
Well, I've got that engine now.
The Fox engine.
So... they could.
But look at what they did when they were given control of that engine. They made Metal Gear Solid Delta, which, from what I've heard, is such a faithful remake. There's no point in it because the original game was really good anyway, right?
Yeah, they could have just brought that out, but it does look good. I mean, it
does look good, but it's
completely
faithful. So what's the artistry in remaking that game? There is none.
No,
there's none. So my point is that.
It's nice to have it on modern consoles, I guess.
Yeah. But glitchier?
And then also, yes,
and the
improved Snake versus Monkey. That's what.
I mean, that's what they really need
Or
to.
Bomberman on Xbox.
So here's what they would need to do is make a. But look what they did when they did use the Fox engine. They made Metal Gear Survive.
I mean, I kind of hope that they learnt their lesson from just using random assets.
But they did learn their lesson. They haven't done it again.
Yeah. So I don't know.
That's it, innit?
Yeah.
There's nothing they can do. I have seen that you've got some more entries on this list. Do you want to do one more? What would it take to buy a new?
Which one? Super Smash Brothers or
Fallout?
Fallout, yeah.
Well, Smash Brothers is a tough one, man, because I just don't really play it that much. So I think we'll do Fallout. Let's do Fallout.
All right, yeah.
To get me to play a new Fallout, I was thinking about this because I saw this on the entry, right, on the plan here, and I don't know. It's another one of those ones where it's like they've built up so much bad faith with that series.
That's what I'm thinking, yeah.
If they got the designers for New Vegas to do a new one, that I would think about it. However, we got Outer Worlds 2 coming out, right, and that's going to be what I would want from a new Fallout game.
Yeah.
And secondly, right, is that let's be honest, New Vegas is a very, very, very good game, but by classic Fallout standards, it's not as good as those, because it had to be informed by the new game engine they made. Fallout 3 was a very mid experience, right, in comparison to, say, Fallout 1 and Fallout 2, which were deep, interesting adult stories, right?
Yeah, going back to it wasn't that great.
No, and New Vegas is a deep, interesting adult story, in my opinion. However, because it had to be informed by the game engine that Bethesda had made, there were parts of it that was still worse. So bear in mind, let's say, for example, the New Vegas team designs a new game, and they never would, but designs a new game using the Fallout 4 engine, right? It's then going to, by sheer proximity and by design, because they're using that engine, gonna be a step down again from New Vegas, right?
Yeah, it will be.
So really, they cannot. There's nothing they could do to save it, in my opinion. Even if they brought on that team, which it wouldn't happen, but if they did, I don't know if I would buy one anymore. I'm done with the series. The trouble is with video games is that they don't. You don't just say, for example, get The Godfather, like you do with films, right? Where it's like sometimes you just get a film that is so brilliant, or a trilogy that is so brilliant that it stands on its own, and and that's it, right?
Yeah.
The Dollars trilogy by with that Italian director whose name I can't fucking remember. Like there are some films that are just that are perfect, and then they never come back to them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do. Yeah,
and with games you don't really get
you're
that.
Like, okay, that's fine. All right, I'm good with that.
But with games you don't really get that. It's always typically a slow decline for most series, or the ones that do stand the test of time and keep coming out with good sequels tend to be the ones that constantly innovate. The reason, for example, Street Fighter is still fresh is because each game is inspired by arcade design, meaning they innovate massively every time. They're not iterating on past games. They're making brand new, very different experiences. And that's why Tekken has got shitter over the years, because they do iterate.
Yeah.
That's the model that most modern games follow, is that they dumb down until they get a massive amount of players. Then those players get bored and the series goes into ruin.
Yeah,
right?
which what happened with Tekken 8. People got bored in like 3 months.
And Monster Hunter as well. Monster Hunter Wilds is. I'm glad loads of people played it, but it's a step down, and it doesn't have the longevity that other Monster Hunter games have.
A lot of people are realising that now as well with Monster Hunter Wilds as well.
Yeah, and it's sort of like most games, they have this slow, gradual decline. It's not as if Fallout is going to suddenly be good again, because Bethesda is a game company that refused to innovate. All they've ever done is their innovations are to make the games dumber in terms of story, simpler in terms of gameplay, and easier, and that's it.
And also they try and make them as easy to develop as possible.
Yeah, but I mean, they've been reusing that dead fucking engine for all this time.
Yeah,
and it's like
when was the engine renewed? I mean, it was
what the best thing that could happen to the Fallout series, right, is that it could get bought back by Obsidian. Bought back by Obsidian, that would be amazing. Or if Bethesda suddenly farmed it out to a different company, like Nintendo do.
Yeah.
And that's why Nintendo, with, say, the Donkey Kong series, we get huge innovations because another company takes it in a brand new, interesting direction. And if that happened to Fallout, that would be amazing. I can't really see it happening.
I'm just thankful we're getting Outer Worlds 2 from Obsidian.
Exactly. The trouble is that, I think that also the era of Fallout that I'm nostalgic for, that I think is where it was at its best, was the first two. And unfortunately, nobody played those games at the time. So I'm actually in the minority of wanting the games to go back to a more mature outlook. Whereas what you have now with the Fallout games is there are roller coaster rides with Fallout iconography sort of like slapped on, right?
What about Disco Elysium? You probably played that, innit?
But Disco Elysium is also a good example of a game that did one game, was utter genius, and then they never followed up on it. And the only reason they didn't, it would have been the same as other games where it gradually declines and gets worse and worse and simpler and simpler. But the only reason it didn't is because of all the troubles that happened at the company.
Yeah, there's so many.
Now, have you seen how many spiritual successors made by the quote-unquote original devs of Disco Elysium there are?
Yeah,
it's because every fucking one of the 40 people that worked on that game have gone off and made their own company and want to do the follow-up. And it's like,
you can sort of see why there's like probably a battle of egos going on as well as all the other sort of stuff.
But we're kind of lucky that Disco Elysium stands up as being such a brilliant standout game that we don't have to see get run into the muck. You know what I mean? I mean, at least that.
Yeah,
that's the good outcome of all of that. I mean, it's sad about the geniuses that worked on it losing their jobs, but there we go.
It's just a very special game. But yeah, if you do like Fallout 1 and 2, that is the game. Really.
But also, I'm going to be honest with you, Fallout 1 is the best one. Fallout 2, right? Even that was worse than 1.
Yeah, it was.
And it's because you know what happened with that game was that Fallout 1 is a relatively small world, but every single corner of it is interesting. Fallout 2, to make it bigger, what they did is they had different development teams work on each like an eighth of the world each. Right?
Oh, you can tell. You
can absolutely tell.
Yeah, that makes sense, actually.
Right? And it's a worse game for it. Whereas the first one had a unified, like, sort of goal in it. And the second one is worse and does feel like 8 different voices sort of saying different things. And that's another game. It's like Fallout 1 is one of the best games ever made. And there's never been anything quite as good as it at what it's trying to do. Even New Vegas, which was made by the same people. It's like, and that's a great game, but unfortunately it was mired in the terrible game engine, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So even then that game engine was outdated, and then we got Starfield. Yeah, Starfield was still using it.
I mean, when was it last update? When did they...
So it must have been Oblivion. And that was janky at the time.
Yeah, it was, yeah.
That was the last time that they updated that engine.
I swear they've been promising for years, hold on to, you know.
Do you remember the
strap in? You know,
believe it or not, Sean and I back in the day, we spent a year and a half playing through and documenting every single Elder Scrolls game.
Yeah.
We released it on our old YouTube channel. You can't find the videos now, but it was one of our most popular series, and we are probably some of the foremost experts in those games in the world. I mean, it's mad. But we are one of about 6 people in the world that have played Arena and Daggerfall.
Yeah.
And to my mind as well, like Arena, and also, probably not Daggerfall, but Morrowind, have some of the most intelligent and best plots in the entire series.
Yeah, agreed.
And then even Oblivion, which is probably my favourite in the series, was worse.
I mean, to be fair, with Arena, for example, you really have to put in the work to sort of gather the whole story, and then you're like, whoa, that was actually...
It's much better than you would think,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
the game's
definitely.
hard to play, but
Yeah, that's it.
it's a good fucking story, and it was much more intelligent because the gameplay was nothing to write home about, so they had to stand out by doing something interesting.
They wanted to, like, at the time, for it to be graphically impressive as well as, you know...
It was, and then Dagfall was like huge and randomly generated, but I don't really count that as being one of the main series, to be honest. Even though it is, it doesn't play like any of the others.
No, it doesn't. Well, maybe that's how they originally planned, what direction they originally planned to go in.
Maybe, I don't know. But anyway, my point is that that game's just got worse over time. Same goes for Fallout, to the point where at a certain point, you just have to accept, and I see people like this all the time, they don't accept that the series is fucking as dead as it has been, right?
I mean, the series...
People that get excited for a new Borderlands, for example, it's like, what are you doing? 2 was alright, but that's it!
Yeah, like, 2 and like, the original Tales of is one of the, like, best games ever made.
I remember talking to a geezer at work once that was the biggest Bethesda stan ever, right? And, like, he didn't know that we did that thing with all the Elder Scrolls games, right? And he was talking to me and he was like, I'm going to get Elder Scrolls Online, right? I've never fucking played it. And you know why I've never played it? Because I knew it was going to be shit. Because we'd already declined to the point where we'd got Skyrim, right? Which is the worst out of the entire fucking series, right? And it was like, we already declined to that point. I knew that the MMO version of current Bethesda games was going to be fucking shit. And he said to me, he goes to me, I go, just don't play it, mate. It's going to be shit. And I knew it, right? Because you could tell if you play enough games, you're game literate enough to know that that's going to be bad. Especially when you look at the history of the series. And he goes, yeah, but I'm just a big Elder Scrolls fan. And I'm like, if you were, you wouldn't be playing it, mate.
Yeah, exactly.
That's my point.
Yeah.
I'm a fucking huge Fallout fan. That's why I know that what they're going to be doing next is not going to satisfy me.
Which is weird because the series is very satisfying. Series 2 out soon.
Fallout, yeah.
Yeah.
But you know what that series did fucking great is whoever did the fucking research on that show did it perfectly, because it really a lot of it reminded me of the older games, and also it wasn't necessarily an intelligent plot, but it had deep, interesting characters that occasionally, yes, there was a lot of silliness, but occasionally, like, most of the silliness came from the black character in the Brotherhood of Steel, right?
Yeah.
That then you actually had genuine heart-wrenching and touching moments within it, right?
Yeah,
that's
like,
how Fallout used to be.
Like, like the high gravity... Yeah, exactly. Like, I don't want to ruin anything, but there's some high gravity choices being made, and it sort of did feel like when you like pause the game or whatever, like walk away from the screen, like go and get
the twist moment in Fallout 1 is one of the best video game moments of all time. And listen, actually, I should be able to spoil a game from 30 years ago, but just play it, man. It is so good, and you'll realise how, like, what super mutants used to be in Fallout 1 and 2, right? Was that they saw themselves as like the perfect beings because they were mutated to the point where they were highly intelligent. And then what did they become in Fallout 3? Orcs. They're basically orcs.
Yeah, they are orcs.
They're just idiots. And then to the point where in Fallout 4 you had that one that it was a joke that he was smart. Do you remember?
Yeah, someone had to, like, I guess someone had to fill those shoes. They already made the engine with Oblivion. They already had those classes.
Right, and
so they had to pull that to Fallout 3. Yeah.
Well, and also the Oblivion AI, what does it do? It has a script where it constantly faces the player and runs at you, right? You can't have intelligent as fuck super mutants acting like that, so they made them just fucking orcs again. And it's like that you meet the super mutant leader in Fallout 1, and the voice acting by the person who's playing him doing 3 voices simultaneously is fucking incredible. And he's like, the thing is, the super mutants are the superior race because they're intelligent, they're strong, they're immune to radiation, and you have to deliver some pretty crazy news to them that changes everything. And the speech that the guy gives is one of the most, like, touching and brilliant moments in a video game ever. And then what do you have? You have in Fallout 4, you have, isn't it funny this idiot orc is quoting Shakespeare? It's like, fuck off, man. Like,
yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, anyway. Good item, Sean. Got me ranting about Bethesda games. But yeah, if you love something, be critical of it. That's what I'll say, right?
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. I mean, yeah. It was a good example you brought up about Elder Scrolls Online. You know, because if you love the good ones, then why would you play that one?
Because right now, if they release Fallout 5, like, is there any part of you that believes it would be as good as even say Fallout 3, which was an okay game and very mid game, but
I'll just be like, oh god, they've released Fallout 5.
no interest, right? Because it's not the same series anymore.
No, yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, right, we're going to go on to my item. Let's go wild. What I've done is I have gone on Metacritic.
Oh, okay.
I found some very well-regarded games.
Well regarded.
Yeah, and I've looked up 0 score user reviews for these games.
0 score you. Okay.
So people that are slagging off. I'll say I think
review bombed. Or...
I guess, but just people that are just like hate the game, and these are all mostly. I think all of them are well-regarded, generally believed to be good games. That's sort of the item. But these are people's 0 score reviews for games. What you have to do is guess what the game is from the 0 score review.
Oh, okay. All right.
So the first one, you don't play as the main character through most of the game. Instead, you play as an emotionally challenged J-pop wimp. The bosses in this game are a bisexual vampire, like Twilight, and an old man who's being controlled by a dead guy's arm and a plane.
Nice.
You spend most of the game hiding from enemies and not doing any combat whatsoever. Add to all this terrible plot, and you've got one of the most overrated games of all time.
So, I thought at first it was Kingdom Hearts, but is it Persona 5? Huh?
That's a good guess. Bear in mind, this is a 0 score review. So it doesn't get worse than this.
Crushing.
That was Metal Gear Solid 2.
Oh, wow. Okay, yeah, that's fair. You don't really play, like, through most of the game, you don't really actually play the game, innit? You just, yeah, that's, I mean...
The next one is, this game is a sprawling monument to repetition, not adventure. The open world rarely rewards curiosity. It recycles caves, bosses, and tricks until everything blurs into rote pattern play. Fights become timing drills, dodge dances, rather than improvisation or real strategy. Exploration leans on copy-pasted dungeons and stat gates, so progress feels like ticking boxes on a map, whatever that means. The scale stretches thin content into chores, flattering patience more than skill.
Sounds a lot like Zelda, to be honest.
Technically grand, creatively inert.
Yeah, Zelda, innit?
Which one?
Tears of the Kingdom or the first one? Which I
think along the right lines. So that's 2 wrong so far. That was Elden Ring.
No, come on.
I know, man. It's copy-pasted dungeons and stat gates, ticking boxes on a map. No. I don't know what that means. But the idea that this guy is like, what does he say? He says exploration. Well, anyway, look, he says that it's a sprawling monument to repetition, not adventure. Oh, the open world rarely rewards curiosity. It's one of the dumbest things. It constantly does.
But yeah, like it does sound a lot like Zelda to me, like on the Switch. So
yeah, it's suppose. I mean, you could. It's like they're very similar in exploration sort of things. You know what I mean? Like Tears of the Kingdom really rewards exploration a lot like Elden Ring does.
Yeah,
and came around a similar time. Oh, did it? I don't know. Anyway, next one. So boring game I have ever played. Bad graphics, boring quests on which ID like to sleep.
Boring quests.
Bad graphics, boring quests on which ID like to sleep.
What's that game? I can't remember the name of that game. That gacha game. Yeah, it sounds a lot like that, to be honest.
The gacha game, is it? Oh, I know the one you mean. It's the Chinese one, the mobile one.
Yeah, that one. That's on PC and mobile.
Yes, I do know the one you mean. I can't remember the fucking name of it. Is that how little I think about it? But it was the one that was like Tears of the Kingdom, right? Where you switch characters, you have 4 characters.
You can switch characters, you get new characters.
Cloverfield. What was
you can
it fucking called?
You can kind of play online together, but
What was that fucking? What was
it's
that
like
game?
Grittier, Grand something.
Chinese.
It's very
I'm typing into my computer. Chinese. It's going to kill me if I don't remember this.
it's very popular.
Chinese gacha game.
Like between 2020 and like sort of 2023, it was like
Genshin Impact.
yeah, Genshin.
Genshin Impact. No, it's not that. It was Mother 3.
That's
So boring game I have ever played, mate.
it's so good game.
Now I won't bore the listeners, but there was one I forgot which game it was. I remember what it is.
Oh, yeah.
So the first, I'll give you another one, right? One more bonus one. So this is the 0-star review. This game is the worst game I've ever played. The music, art, and thematics are all without fail horrible, and the core gameplay is just not fun or exciting in any way. Playing this game feels like a job with how monotonous and repetitive it is.
Yeah,
I think you'll agree with this one, actually.
I did think of Final Fantasy VII Remake, but you know.
Good guess. Unfortunately, that is Hollow Knight Silksong.
Yeah, I do agree with that. Yeah.
Right. Okay. I honestly.
I don't think it's the worst game.
Wait.
It's a good game.
It's not a 0-star review, though, is it?
It's a good game.
I do agree that playing this game feels a bit like a job, right? Fair enough.
does, yeah.
However,
Job
the music, art, and thematics are all without fail horrible. That's the best bit about it.
Yeah.
That's
although, to be honest, like because of the way the characters like looked and stuff, I couldn't really get behind the story. That's, do you know what I mean? Like, you know?
Yeah, I felt the same about Hollow Knight 1. I feel like
I like the way
the story is there to set up the vibe of the game, which is quite good in my opinion. Everything looks very nice. It's fun to explore, but the story, I don't know. The story was like meh, but it's fine.
Yeah, the actual map is brilliant though. I mean,
but yeah,
I wish.
But no, I agree with this guy. It was without fail horrible. I hate the map. I hate the music was fucking amazing. That was one of my favourite bits.
That was the best bit, yeah. For me.
Right, so that is it for Going Wild. Shall we do some listener mail? All right, first one comes in from Radio Silence. He says, why is Harrison? It's a good question.
Where's Harrison?
Why is Harrison?
Oh.
Because, don't know, mate. Just because some of us are just blessed, you know what I mean? Next one comes in from Ace. He's got actually a really fucking good question. He says, this is an actual serious question. If you were trying to set up a grassroots esports or fighting game competition, how would you go about it? Now, I've run events before, right? And you've been to a lot of fighting game events, so I feel like you'll have a lot to say on this.
Yeah.
If I give you just jump in whenever you feel like you have good advice. Because I've set up a grassroots, I guess, does that mean like kind of...
Yeah, but you've actually like set up like a grassroots RPG shite, innit?
Yeah, well, that's what I was going to say, right? So I have done exactly that. I ran, it was only for 3 years, but a convention. Eventually, you know, as people with undiagnosed ADHD often do, they get bored of things, and I stopped doing it. But so I ran an RPG convention, right? And here's what I'll say about having to set it up.
People came from all over the country as well.
All over the world, mate. There are people flew in from Germany. It's mental, isn't it, when you think about it?
Yeah.
But here's the thing, right? What you've got to do, I feel like, in terms of getting... Now, we'll talk about tournament organisation in a bit, but in terms of getting people there and bums on seats, right, is that you've got to understand that you are likely going to lose money, first of all. That's going to be part of it, right?
Definitely, yeah.
The first and most important thing is to sort out a venue, right? Because even if you sort out a venue and you want to have your personal PS5 that everyone has to play on, and you don't have any for casuals, right? It'll be kind of a shit tournament, but we'll talk about acquiring PS5s in a bit. As long as you be having somewhere for people to go and convene and play is going to be the most important part.
I think people need to warm up in casuals, to be honest.
Yeah, they do.
I do remember way back in the day, before you had like sort of Play Nation, Hard Gaming, you had M&M Games, which is a tiny shop.
Oh yeah.
And you had sort of one setup, one TV up in the like top right corner of the room, and 2 people play at a time. So tournaments would take a while, and then also people would be angry they hadn't warmed up. I mean, I used to play like Smash Brothers Brawl like pretty much at any of my free time, so it didn't really matter to me. But I mean, it is very important to me now.
Warming up is important though.
Yeah,
mate.
it's
I mean, even
100%,
after 150 or so hours on Fatal Fury, I still need to warm up.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, same.
And
same.
so let's be honest. So venue is the first thing you need to sort out, and it doesn't need to be somewhere big. When we ran SavageCon, there was a kind of annoying thing where we wanted it to be a 2-day con because cons are two days, right? But we wanted to have it in the same place, but unfortunately. Anyway, it's too long a story, but look, there was a big fuck up with some of the venues. What you want to do is rent out a place for a couple of days, right? It doesn't have to be anywhere big. There's a place where we held SavageCon was in a function room at Toby Carvery, and actually that was kind of perfect because it was a small room, right? And let's be honest, grassroots cons, they don't need to be huge. A convention can be a convention even if 12 people turn up.
I'd also say, like, look at your local churches and their church halls, man.
Yeah, totally. Because you know, where I didn't continue with that running that convention, but then the next year we were going to go at the church up the road because it's near a station. Okay, it's in the middle of nowhere, but you're going to kind of expect that. It's near a station, and churches have big fucking rooms, and they want to fund the old leaky roof, don't they? So, and the Toby Carvery one was only £50 a day. That was it.
Yeah,
and that's an absolute steal. When we charged ticket prices, all we did was charge a £5, and the advice I would give is that, like, I still lost money on the event because what I did is I used that money to fund prizes, right? And you want to have a prize for the people that are playing at your tournament. But the people that turned up, they all paid. This is another piece of advice. Set the price really low. Make it so low that it is insignificant to most people. That's why I set it as a £5, because I didn't want to just lose money. But what I wanted to do was
That's a draw for most people.
yeah, exactly. Right? You spend a £5, you get entry to this thing, and then maybe in the case of a fighting game tournament, just put it all into a pot.
Yeah, exactly.
Pay off the venue, and then just go, okay, so with SavageCon, how many people do we have? 40 people?
Yeah,
right?
yeah, it was about that, yeah.
Each of them paid a £5, so that was about £200, right? Yeah. So the thing is that then, okay, I paid off £50 for the venue, and if you were doing a fighting game tournament, well, we did a raffle and we bought loads of prizes for people to win, right? So that means you'd have £150 left over for the winner.
Yeah,
well, good.
Yeah, it'd be split between first, second, and third.
Yeah, so maybe first place wins 75, I don't know, whatever.
Yeah,
something like that.
Yeah.
If you had 150, first place wins 75, second place wins 50, and then that would mean that you'd have £25 left over?
Yeah.
If my maths is correct?
Well, I don't know, man.
£25 for third
terrible
place.
Maths, but
yeah, anyway.
So that's how it usually goes in those sort of yeah.
So those little ones.
Small tournaments, yeah.
Now, the thing is what you've got to do, what you're going to likely have to do is lean on a few favours. That was basically the heart of how I managed to run the con, right?
Yeah,
I called up people I knew.
You do need to know some guys because you also, if you're doing a fighting game tournament, you're going to need a couple, at the very least, a couple of PS5s, isn't it? A couple of TVs.
Well, there's that, and so yeah, like
someone's car if you don't own a car.
You want to keep it cheap, right? So at the very least, you should borrow your mate's PS5. Just ask them, I don't know, maybe to format it for the day, or just install Street Fighter 5 and have them oversee that console, right?
Yeah.
So that nobody's fucking with it. And the good thing about fighting game tournaments, everyone brings their own controller. You don't need controllers.
Well, it's usually stated in the tournament rules that you bring your own controller.
Exactly. So if you could borrow somebody's PS5, and the thing is that you ask your mates for favours, and also I would ask, maybe get one of your mates involved and be like, look, can you help me MC this a little bit?
Yeah.
Borrow your PS5, you come along, you can play casuals, but when it comes to getting people to play their fucking games, you need to be finding them because it's like herding cats, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, yeah.
Because people are fucking idiots. They're standing around outside, they're drinking this, that, and the other. And that's the last thing that I would say is let people drink. Let them drink as much as they want. Just make it. What you got to do is have so few barriers to fun, right? Money can't be one of them, right? You've got to be somewhere near a station, and it doesn't mean it have to be expensive, right? Ours was in Red Hill. Yeah, it's not even in Greater London. It's outside of fucking London, but it's accessible from London.
Yeah.
So let's say, for example,
we're very near to London.
Ace lives in the middle of nowhere, right? In a fucking northern town. It doesn't matter as long as there's a station there. And then the other thing is you've got to do a lot of promotion, right?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I'd also put the event on start.gg as well, you know.
Yes, exactly. Start.gg because then people can very easily pay you and sign up.
Yeah.
In the case of my convention, people just sent me money directly, which is not an elegant way to do it, but it was a way to do it.
Yeah.
And I set up a business PayPal and just said, right, if you want a ticket, send me a $5, I'll put you on a list.
But that whole payment thing is very easy with start.gg.
Yeah, way easier.
Yeah.
And you get everyone's name sent to you in an email. So, yeah, pretty perfect. And I think you've just got to make it sort of as easy as possible for people to get involved. And I would say if there's anybody that you know that also plays fighting games, invite them and make sure they turn up so that you've got a good amount of players so that the people that you don't know when they turn up can have a good laugh and fun, right?
Get a friendly Discord going for some community vibes and that.
That too, yeah. And the thing is, like I said, like a convention or a tournament in this case, even if you had 30 people, that is more than acceptable.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, a lot of tournaments are like 40 people usually, 42, something like that.
We had 38 in Fatal Fury.
Yeah.
That was kind of different because it was in a massive venue with loads of other fighting games, but we had 38. I feel like we've attended some other tournament that was also smaller. Well, you have.
Yeah.
You've attended a lot.
Yeah, I have, yeah.
The only thing is that, I guess, in a certain sense, when I ran our convention, we were lucky because it was at my other podcast where we had a lot of listeners. We had an online portion where loads of people turned up as well. Like
yeah.
So it was easy to get the word out there. But in the case of if you're going to be starting a brand new one, it's going to be tell your mates to come along and bring a mate, and also like
I've seen some where that sort of happened, where it's just people's mates, and then it's just me kind of there and stuff, But
then word gets around eventually.
Yeah,
if you
it does, yeah.
What you've got to do is be consistent with it.
Yeah.
If you run it once a year, That's why my wife is always going on at me to redo the convention I did. And it's like, I can't be fucking bothered. And at this point, nobody cares. I mean, it's been like 5 years or something.
Yeah.
But you're consistent with it, people will keep turning up. Because even that one at M&M Games with one screen had more than one.
Yeah, it did.
Right? And people turned up.
It was quite popular, yeah. I mean, there's a Third Strike tourney in London that goes on once every sort of 6 months, and you know it's very, very well respected, and like there's a lot of good turnout.
Well, and same goes for the Third Strike tournament in Shinjuku in Japan. It's like it's literally about 20 to 30 people to turn up, but that's all you need. The thing is, if you have, there's a reason, right, that people turn up to play. We saw at the convention Virtual Fighter.
Yeah.
Maybe 20 people playing it, but there's good community, good vibes, and it's people meeting up to come together to do a hobby. When you're doing a grassroots event, don't worry that fucking loads of people aren't going to turn up. Just worry that it's going to be fun. That's it, right? Yeah. And as long as you can keep things running fairly smoothly and have at least 2 PS5s, that's fine. Also, you can rent them from loads of places.
I mean, I've been going to VS Fighting for a few years now, and I've seen it like grow and grow. I mean, this year, like when you and I went, it was massive.
Yes, I mean, since we haven't said anything funny for a while, should we talk about the worst tournament we ever went to?
Yeah, go on then. Go on.
Right, this is the poster child of how not to do it, right? Actually, this is good advice, isn't it? Because he's going to... The fact that you know what I'm talking about straight away. Yeah. I also want you to talk about one specific guy that came up to the M&M Games one that you used to go to.
Yeah, all right.
But we'll talk about the shitty tournament, first of all. Was that There's this guy that we used to know, and we've spoken about him on other podcasts we've made before, other outside of this show, right? But anyway, he was just a bit of a. I was going to say the name of his podcast there. Look, doesn't matter. An idiot.
Yeah,
I'm not saying his name, but he is an idiot.
Yeah.
And there's a point where he worked at a local bar, right? Sean's I'm embarrassed even fucking saying this because it was horrible, right? Now, what happened was
that wasn't even the most embarrassing thing he did at that bar, but yeah, sorry, go on.
Shitting.
Yeah, shitting. Yeah,
shitting on the floor. Right. Anyway, Marvel vs. Capcom 3 had just come out, right? Yeah. And me, you, and him were all kind of hyped for it. This was before actually we took fighting games seriously at all, and it was sort of like we mainly just played with each other.
This is when Marvel vs. Capcom 3. I mean, I was. I'd say I was pretty good at it. I played it a lot.
I was average. But anyway, Marvel vs. Capcom 3 comes out, and the bar that this guy works at is like the crummiest, shittiest bar in Red Hill, which is the crummiest, shittiest town in the world, right? So it's like, you can imagine how shit this bar was. They were always looking for new ideas for events, right? They could put on. For example, they'd often do karaoke. They did a metal night once, which was almost as cringe as this fighting game tournament.
Yeah.
It's just like 5 goths standing around in a snooker hall.
I was pretty hyped for that, but yeah, it was
trash. Yeah, if you want to hear the same songs you've heard on Kerrang 90 times. Anyway, so this guy worked there and he goes, right, I've got an idea. Let's do a fighting game tournament.
I was like, wow, he's getting I had this feeling in the pit of my stomach, but I didn't listen to it.
But
he's running.
There are absolutely enough fighting game players in Red Hill to have a tournament. Right?
Yeah, there are. Yeah,
we know that because there was not even an arcade, but it was an X-Men versus Street Fighter arcade machine in a streetwear clothing shop where people would just congregate all day, every day and play that fucking game,
yeah,
right?
They would, yeah.
So there were a lot of fighting game players in our town, and even a lot of fighting game players on that guy's fucking road, right? But what he did is he told you that there was a Marvel vs. Capcom 3 tournament.
Yeah.
You told me that was we were not. Oh, this is going to be hype as fuck.
Yeah, we were. Yeah.
We thought he was going to promote it maybe on their Facebook page.
That's what
we thought he was going to promote it maybe handing out flyers on his road. We thought maybe, like we said about sorting your own tournament, just tell your mates and tell them to bring a friend, right?
Yeah.
We thought he would do at least that.
Well, you did. You bought your mate.
Yeah, but this is what was so cringe about it. I was like, we're going to go do this tournament. It's going to be good, right? It's going to be lit, right? And it wasn't even a mate I was particularly close with at the time, which was sad as fuck. It was a guy I worked with, right? And I was like, we'd maybe met up outside of work once or twice. And I went, I'm going to this tournament. Do you want to come? He bought a fucking tournament. That is taking it fucking lightly. And he goes, he bought an arcade stick, didn't he? Yeah. And he goes, right, I'm going to practice on this. I'm going to take it seriously. I'm getting better at the game. Practiced for about 2 weeks on this new arcade stick that he bought. Even drove us to the event, and we were like hype as fuck for it. We turned up, mate. It was a TV sitting on the bar in front of where he was having to serve drinks. We were in the way of people.
Wasn't that usually the monitor that was used for like cameras and that?
Yeah, it was a security camera monitor.
I remember him having trouble like setting it up.
Because it was a CRT and we were playing on the 360. Yeah, so I've got the right cables. Roll.
That's another bit of advice actually. Like, get your shit set up before.
Right.
It never happens though,
so we turn up. We're in this scummy dive bar that was like, I don't know, like a PC term for it. Bit pikey-ish.
I don't even like it's sub dive.
Sub dive. Most of the people that go there are sort of hard lads that go out fighting and take cocaine and that. It's a snooker hall, right?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it's like in the old school sense that don't go there. It's dangerous. Stuff.
Yeah, I found a cockroach in a beer there once. They let you smoke in there even when it was illegal because no, the police wouldn't even dare to fucking go out there.
I was ripping on my vape.
Yeah. And then us 3 fucking nerds show up with our arcade sticks under our arms, playing on a tiny CRT which was sat on top of the bar. So it's me, you, and my mate Taylor, and then of course the guy behind the bar who quote unquote set up the event. All he did was turn a TV round 180 degrees. That was the level of which he set up the fucking event.
It's like, oh no, why has no one turned up?
Yeah, he was angry because nobody had turned up.
But who did he tell? It was just us.
How would anyone know? And second of all, right, who were the people that had come to the tournament? Me, you, Taylor,
And him as well.
What do we call him in a previous episode?
Jeeves. No. Yeah, was it Jeeves?
Was it Jeeves? I don't know. Anyway, so this Jeeves fella.
And Bathan.
Yeah. So Jeeves, he occasionally would come around the bar to play his matches, but have to pause the game, which is illegal in tournaments, by the way, to go and pour pints for people. And he'd be like, we'd be doing like a mid-air combo type thing.
I swear he assured us that like he wasn't working at the time and that.
And he was like, "Sorry lads, gotta go. Budweiser,
mate.
Is it, mate?
Oh mate, we're short-staffed. Like, I've got to do this and play the tournament."
Some fucking people want pork scratchings, like getting all annoyed. Then he'd restart the match and start playing again. It was the most cringe fucking thing. We maybe played about 5 casual matches, and I was like to my mate, I was like, "Do you want to should we just go?" Like, I was like trying to make friends with this guy because I worked with him, and I thought, oh, this would be a cool event to go to, and I thought he seemed like a cool guy, so I was like. And I took him to that. How embarrassing that was, man.
The highlight of my tournament was when, I fought you. I did a casual match with you, and I did like some ridiculous combo, like 50 hits or something.
Yeah, all right.
And you sort of like realised it was sort of like semi touch of death, and you were just sort of doing it like a dance while I was doing it.
I don't remember that. Yeah, it was so embarrassing, and also
that was the one thing.
And also,
that happened.
No, but we were stood up with our arcade sticks because there was nowhere to sit. It was at a bar that you stand at. Do you remember? Were we resting on like a chair or something? Like we had chairs in front of us.
No, I had a stool and then there was a bit of wood. Like, you know when you have a pillar with a bit of wood. I had I was sat on a stool. Like
perched on a bit of wood, mate, like playing Marvel vs. Capcom.
Because I couldn't have the stick on my lap because I was on a stool. I had the stick on a bit of wood, so I sort of like.
But do you know when you can feel like the eyes of people looking at you, right?
It was,
do you know, like,
there was still a lot of because this was like 2011 when MVC3 Ultimate came out. There was still like the sort of nerd stigma as well. So
there was a bit of that, especially amongst sort of really hard snooker player types, right? Yeah. And like that pub was like there was a fight in there every fucking night, and we were like, somebody is gonna fucking just punch us. Anyway, that was the worst thing. Tell me about the tournament at M&M Games where you played against. So Sean told me about this fella, and I've actually met him in real life as well. But bear in mind, all of us that play fighting games and turn up at these tournaments, we're weebs, right?
Yeah.
But imagine that there's a guy that turns up and he's such a fucking weeb that all of the weebs at the tournament nickname him Weeaboo.
Yeah, because there were a few weirdos at these tournaments. They were fun. It was good times.
For example.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, I was a very good Luigi player. I came second in one of these.
Doesn't matter. You're always trying to get in there how great you are at things. Right, tell me about Weeaboo.
It was a lot of fun. But, there was this one guy called Weeaboo who...
It wasn't his actual name, but everyone nicknamed him Weeaboo, even though everyone else was a Weeaboo, but this guy took it to another level.
I guess the reason I was sort of saying there were a few good players was because he used to come and play and get knocked out at the first bit every time. So after a while, he'd just just turn up, just to sort of be there and that. And then he'd make all these make all these, there was one time where he's walking around he was like, no, he was like, it was really weird. He was like, he got knocked out. And then he sort of wanted people to pay attention to him, so he just started flailing his arms and going like that.
That's painful.
And then the owner, Dan, he's
not Simon.
Simon's the guy with the glasses, isn't it? Dan is the...
I can't believe I just said that. I'm going to definitely bleep that. Bleep that, Harrison, future Harrison.
So, and then, he was like, Weeaboo, stop it!
Yeah, and apparently went, calm down, Weeaboo.
Yeah.
People just call him it to his face. That's how bad the nickname had become. Yeah. But he was always doing weird stuff like that. We saw him once at Heart of Gaming.
He used to people used to have to tell him to put his shirt back on and that.
And he would always say like cringe anime shit. Like if he's about to, and he wouldn't because he was a shit player. But like this is what I heard was that if he was about to kill you in a game, he'd be like, "Oh my shindere."
Yeah.
And then we saw him once at Heart of Gaming, and it was I only learned about him because we were in Heart of Gaming, like its old iteration in Croydon, right? And there's this machine where you paddles come out and you punch them. I can't remember what the game is called, but it's an arcade game. And he was punching them really fast and going.
Yeah, I mean that was the level. That's what he used to, you know.
That's the type of stuff. But bear in mind, it's like 9:30 here. That's me doing it quietly. He was shouting at the top of his lungs.
Yeah, that'd be a constant problem at the time.
And then I was like, "Fucking hell, Sean, check out this weirdo over here." And Sean's like, "Yeah, I know him. Yeah. He's called Weeaboo."
Yeah, once he commented on my Death Note shirt, and then I've never wore it again.
Yeah, good. It's dirty now.
Yeah.
So that, Ace, is how to set up a fighting game tournament.
But yeah, I mean...
Do not do what Jeeves did.
Just don't invite Weeaboo.
Do not invite Weeaboo, he's a baddie. All right, we got one more question from fucking Northerner. He says, what games do you think are fun but aren't good? What games do you think are good but not fun? I've got quite a good answer for this because, like, right, so what he's talking about is there a game out there that you can accept is good but you do not find fun, right? Okay, Silksong. We'll take that as read. I think that's the same for just about everyone that's played the fucking game. But I thought of a good one that is good but not fun.
Yeah, go on.
Counter-Strike 2.
Yeah, I mean, fair point, because, it's been...
Even without taking the cheaters into account... I believe that Counter-Strike 2 is it's too dry, man. I can't. I had fun playing it with you, man, but like the game is just too dry. It lacks character. It's not a fun game to actually play, but it is a good game, evidenced by the fact that the exact same game is also called Valorant and is fun to play because it's got more...
I think once the thing that put me off Valorant, though, was once I'd realised that you said where to aim, I was like, oh yeah, well, you just go there and wait.
Yeah, but the thing is, when you realise that what you do is you hold an angle in Valorant, is that holding an angle it's about knowing when to do it, right? And also the speed at which you can switch between multiple angles is about predicting where your enemy comes out.
I had fun
when you think about it, Valorant is more a game about strategy than it is about shooting well. But shooting at somebody incredibly fast and reacting to a situation is also what it is. It's just that holding angles is the basic way of doing it. But look about what... All right, I'm going to tell a story here, and I'm going to do what Sean does and make myself look really good. Think about that game we played that time where people were getting annoyed because they couldn't get kills because I was getting too many. Yeah. I wasn't holding angles... At the start of the game I was, but when it came to the end, what was I doing? I forget what they call them. Is it snap shooting?
Yeah.
That's what I was doing, right? The whole game isn't holding angles, but the defensive part of play typically is, right?
Yeah.
But when let's say, for example, if you're on a defending team and you're on your own, how are you going to hold angles? You can't because you're on your own. Yeah. What you're going to be doing is checking angles, holding them for a second, hoping that somebody comes that way, right? I don't know. Definitely. It's not all holding ankles. I wouldn't let that put you off playing the game because a big part of it is actually the shooting part.
Yeah,
right.
It's good. I mean, it is Counter-Strike,
but good.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I wasn't really going to mention this, but I've been going to a video games uni. Right. That's something this is why I'm so fucking tired today. And one of the terms that we've learned about now is that's part of the fun of this is learning about the industry terms thing. So there's this thing called game juice, and it's all the tiny little things that make a game satisfying to play. And I would say Counter-Strike might be the only example of a game that has none of that. Whereas I think Valorant really does.
Like, well, it's what made those games good back in like the early 2000s, I guess. Like trying to hold on to that, really. I guess, you know.
I guess, but they need it. They need to give fucking CS a bit more fucking character. Because to be honest with you, it's the purer game out of the two.
Yeah, it is. I mean,
But I just
don't need to go too far in the other direction though, like Rainbow Six, you know. So.
But I think Valorant's fine as it is, man.
Valorant's a good middle ground.
It's a good middle ground because none of the abilities are too fucking silly like Rainbow Six has got. Like,
no, it's hard to keep up with now, to be honest. So yeah, I mean, not Valorant, Rainbow Six. So
the Valorant abilities all fall into broad categories, though. They they are slight remixes.
You can sort of clearly see what they are as well, which is quite nice. And then you get a lot of exposure to them. So
yeah, actually, you're right. There's a quite kind of visual language to it, to where a lot of times you may not even know because there are certain heroes that don't get picked that often, but you may not even know like what the ability does exactly.
Yeah.
But looking at it, you have an idea.
Yeah. That's how I felt.
But look, we need to go back and play Valorant one day. I thoroughly enjoy that game.
No, I like playing with you.
It's not just about holding angles.
We do definitely need to bone up on the duos on 2XK.
Mate, yeah, I mean, I'm not going to go back to Valorant anytime soon, let's be honest. But yes,
one day we will,
Counter-Strike is a game that is good, but it is not fun to play. What about a game that is fun but isn't good? Fuck, I mean, it's like a game that you enjoy, but you understand that it's crap. Look, I hate to bring it up so often, but Oblivion. It's a shit game that happens to be really fun, right?
Yeah, but, I mean...
Look, it was groundbreaking at the time.
Yeah,
but
in 2006 it was good. But
it was but it was still shit then.
Yeah, it was.
I'm going to be honest.
Yeah.
But yeah, games that are shit, like, but that are still fun. Puzzle Fighter. No, not Puzzle Fighter. Sorry, Gem Fighter. Shit game.
That's a really
quite
good,
fun to play.
That's a brilliant game.
It's not a brilliant game. It's a bad game.
So good, man.
It's a bad game. Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3.
What is this?
I'm talking about games that are shit, but they're fun. Mortal Kombat is basically that incarnate.
But
mate.
Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3 is good, though. That's
in what way?
all the ways.
It's shit.
It sort of improves on it, like because a lot of people had complaints about Mortal Kombat 3, and then they released Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3, which is just.
Well, that's the ultimate one.
Yeah, exactly. It's a far.
How can I argue with that? It's the ultimate one.
It's a fast, like because they brought back the neutral game that Mortal Kombat 3 did not have.
Don't try to talk up Mortal Kombat as if it's a respectable fighting game. It never has been, but it's fun.
Yeah, but I mean, like Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3 is though. It is a respectable fighting game.
Sean, you have sent me videos of the tournaments of that game, and it's a joke. It's an absolute joke. Like the combos in that game, where it's just somebody teleporting over and over again and juggling somebody. Sean, it's a joke of a fighting game. The characters all have the same moveset, man.
Yeah, I suppose.
But it's fun.
No,
it's fun to play.
Fun.
And even those videos you sent me are very funny to watch. Like, the high-level Mortal Kombat play is some of the dumbest shit I've ever seen in my life.
Some of those Shang Tsung combos, though, where it's like constantly changing.
That is ridiculous.
The insane level of execution, man.
I mean, that is crazy. But let's be honest, the real game mode of Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3 should be all Shang Tsungs.
Yeah.
That's a game.
Yeah.
That's a fucking game. That requires expertise.
Yeah.
Because they're linking to... You might as well have a unique moveset if you're playing Shang Tsung, because you can just link together whatever you like.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
That's got to be it, isn't it? Yeah. Are there any other games that are like shit but you like them? Crazy Taxi's got to be one. I tell you what, though.
It's not the shit, though.
Do you know that my... do you know we were originally going to do a segment on this podcast called Uni Stories?
Yeah, we were, yeah.
But...
You can't really do it now.
I can't really do it because I don't want to talk about anybody from my course because they're all just really talented, really nice people, and I don't want to sort of talk about them without their permission, you know what I mean? But I will say this, because this is just a good story, and I'm not naming anyone. Do you remember I told you that my tutor, one of my tutors, is the world's biggest Crazy Taxi fan? And
really?
I heard that he was developing, this is what one of the other tutors said, an emulator specifically to emulate just the Crazy Taxi games in perfect quality, right? But he's also making his own Crazy Taxi tribute game.
Okay.
And I spoke to him about it yesterday, and I was like, can you show me that game? Sean, it's fucking amazing. He was like, I haven't done any work on it in a while. And I'm like, mate, you need to. He showed me some like sort of alpha footage of it. And do you know what's fucking great about what he's done? It's like, you know in Crazy Taxi where you can do the stunts where you go off a ramp?
Yeah.
you do stunts?
You can jump as well.
You can do the jump, right?
Yeah.
He's got it so that now you can do flips and tricks with the taxi.
Yeah, that
right?
seems like a logical...
It does, right?
Yeah.
But also you can grind. So like you
could... Because you could, like, in the originals, but... Like, only because it was so glitchy, you used to be able to, like, wall ride and stuff. And get
but now
more
he's
cash.
made it a part of the game, right?
Mate.
And he showed me some footage of it, and it looks fucking amazing.
Let's get out of it,
I'll have to show you a video, but I'm like...
The recent effort of that spiritual one was not good, from what I heard.
But this one looks incredible, and what's cool is he had like so you it follows the same type of gameplay, but you can like kick flip your car in midair, grind shit, and then also he's got like unlockable customizations for your taxi.
Release it now, man.
Release it now, mate. It looked fucking incredible. All he showed me was a video of him driving around. There was like a hub world where you go to the levels, and I was like.
I wouldn't like another excuse.
Well, he's busy being a professor. But it's like,
fuck that off.
But fuck that, sack it off, mate. I don't need to be educated. Get that game out.
Just be broke for a couple of years. You'll see returns.
Please.
Like, we're going to recommend it on this podcast. So that's
at least 3 people that are going to fucking play
like
it, mate.
One guy that paid $150. He's going to know about it. He or she.
Yeah, you know, we can't be specific. Bump up to the £20 tier. We can mention you by name, but. Right, that is it for questions. Thank you so much. Just remember, we're going to
some good questions.
Yeah, really good questions. We went sort of off on so many unbelievable tangents there.
I do like those sort of meaty questions. That's why I sort of like try and get that stuff in on my segments, that like questions that people won't ask. So that's what I'm sort of. But yeah, like good questions. Very satisfying.
Sean, I've got to be honest with you. You're doing well with the segments.
Yeah,
I liked that one. That was a good one.
Yeah, well, I mean, I just sort of thought, well, you know, like stuff that I probably wouldn't ever come back to, you know.
No, but I like those type of... anyway, this is maybe an off-air discussion, but I like those types of ones that get you talking about a subject.
Yeah.
I'm literally a scholar when it comes to kinesiology and everything. It's called a fucking degree.
You are a unicycle beyond my migration.
Also, thank you for the questions. If you want to do the same, you can contact us at luckyandwildpodcast@gmail.com or join the Discord. We are going to do an outro now, but just remember, do go to patreon.com/luckyandwild because, fuck it, Sean, you're bleeding him dry, man.
Yeah, I mean,
Sean might have played more than 4 hours of Silksong if he was being paid for this.
Yeah. Also, I spent £16, and that was sort of a fine. That was I had to think about that.
He spent £16 to play a game for this podcast that he didn't play, right? Yeah. And then he spent £14.50 on the hosting fees. I mean, that's not right, is it?
Yeah.
Send Sean some fucking money. For once, I'm not in control of it. He is.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, but I will be coughing up, and it's not easy because I also have to pay for like food and like medicine and stuff like that.
He has to pay for food and mints.
Mints? No.
What did you say?
Medicine.
Oh, medicine. You don't have to pay for medicine.
I mean, I do.
Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah. You can tell I've been unemployed for 10 years, can't you? Right, okay. Let's go on to... I guess we've already done the outro. Let's go on to sound test, and we're going to pick some music to play us out of the podcast here. Some video game music, and give you some fun facts on it.
Sound test.
Bitch! Right. I've gone for an obvious one. I'm sorry about that, but it's just...
No, I've seen it.
Listen, what I like, Sean, are mega tunes.
Yeah, I like mega tunes as well. So.
Do you remember last episode when you gave us an unrelated fact? I've got fucking facts for you. You wait for this. So the music I'm picking this time is from Streets of Rage 2. It is the tune Go Straight 2 from that game.
So why did you pick this one, though?
Good question.
Out of all the Streets of Rage 2 songs.
I tell you what, and this is going to be a surprise to everyone listening. I picked it because...
I like the song.
Because I like the song.
No, it's a very good song.
Yeah, that's why I picked it.
I'd say...
Go on then. Why am I wrong to have picked this song that I like on my turn to pick a song?
It's not wrong. It's just I'd put it in the lower quarter of the...
You are joking. This is a fucking tune. Right, well, you pick a different one when it's your turn.
I like all the bleeps and stuff when it's like, you know, got all the beep, beep, like that. Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
Well, I would have picked Dreamer personally, but
Nah, Dreamers in the lower fucking. You are such a little bitch. Anyway, can I say the fucking fun facts about this song before we play it?
You can, yeah. But like,
So
just
bear in mind that you are wrong.
I might come in. Like,
okay.
I might be a bit angry. No, go on.
So the composer Yuzo Koshiro is known for producing some of the best music on the Sega Genesis / Mega Drive, most of which are dance/techno songs. You want to say something?
That's good. That's good. I like that.
That's not the fact, you fucking mong. I'm just going to say... Oh, sorry for saying that word. But the reason they sounded so good at the time... Now listen to this. This is actually interesting. Oh. The reason they sounded so good at the time isn't just down to Yuzo Koshiro's talent with composition. It also has a technical reason. You see, Yuzo Koshiro used his own custom music programming language to achieve the rich sounds heard in his work on Streets of Rage 2. So at the time, people used something called music macro language to program music for the Sega Genesis. So they would literally type in code to produce music. And that was a completely closed source thing that had a lot of limitations. For example, it was quite bad at emulating drum sounds, all of which had to be made by generating noise in clever ways. So like a snare, you would generate static.
It was all these weird buzzy sounds, wasn't it?
That's it. That's exactly right. Well, it was difficult to generate synthy sounding instruments, which is why everything sounded very, very metallic, right? Because you could generate saw waves, sine waves, this, that, and the other. And it had this really weird mechanical feel to it, and all the drums just sounded like short bursts of static or whatever, right? But Yuzo Koshiro managed to make his own language, which was based on the MML language, but had more scope and could replicate modern, for the time, synths and drum machines. As such, that difference you hear in quality when it comes to Streets of Rage music comes from someone pushing the sound chips in the Mega Drive to do things they had literally never done before. So now, by today's standards, this music is going to sound quite primitive, but trust me, Sean, for the time, it was incredible. I don't know if you were there.
I mean...
But it was good.
I was definitely there, man.
You would not.
I owned it.
No, you did not. Sean doesn't even like Streets of Rage. He was saying the other day, he likes Final Fight better.
I never said that, but I do like Final Fight as well, though.
Do you like it better?
No, not really. I mean, Streets of Rage 2 is sort of... building. I mean, even one's building on Final Fight, really, innit? It basically is trying.
Yeah, but doing it better.
Yeah, what Streets of Rage 1? I'd probably say Final Fight's better than Streets of Rage 1.
Yeah, that's true. Anyway, look, so here's goes. Shut up, shut your fucking. So here's Goes Straight 2 from Streets of Rage 2 by Yuzo Koshiro, and just bear in mind. What I wanted to do originally was play another Sega Genesis tune to compare it to this, because you listen to literally anything else and it sounds trash, aside from maybe Sonic the Hedgehog, which only sounded good as a result of Yuzo Koshiro's work on the MML language.
Any Treasure game really as well. Dynamite Heady, for example.
Yes, but it still used those kind of Genesis sounds.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Ristar. Oh, well,
but look. The point is this sounded close to what people would listen to at home.
I know, of course, yeah,
because of his tireless work on coding this engine by himself. So yeah, here's Go Straight from Streets of Rage 2. I've been Harrison Hunt.
I've been Sean Hunt.
And remember, we don't know what we're talking about, but neither do you.
Gutted.